Hanukkah is the festival of lights. Instead of one day of presents, we have 8 crazy nights. When you feel like the only kid in town without a Christmas tree, here's a list of people who are Jewish, just like you and me. David Lee Roth lights the menorah. So do James Conn, Kirk Douglas, and the late Dinah Shore. Guess who eats together at the Carnegie Deli? Bowser from Shanana and Arthur Fonzarelli. Paul Newman's half Jewish, Goldie Hawn's half too. Put them together, what a fine-looking Jew. Don't need deck the halls or Jingle Bell Rock, 'cause you can spin a dreidel with Captain Kirk and Mr. Spock, both Jewish. Put on your yarmulke, it's time for Hanukkah. The owner of the Seattle Supersonicas celebrates Hanukkah. O.J. Simpson, not a Jew. But guess who is? Hall of Famer Rod Carew. He converted. We got it.
I figured we start the stream off right, the only way we know how, with a copyright strike from Adam Sandler, as G-D would intend. You are early, my friend. You are early. The stream is not over. I have no idea what I'm going to do, but every time I start up a stream just to talk shit and accomplish absolutely fucking nothing, everybody piles in and everybody has a good time. And then my stream usually gets deleted by WMG after the fact, so what the fuck ever. It's the fragment. Tears in the rain. Let me actually post the video. I have not advertised this at all. If you're watching right now, you are early. You are the fucking notifications. Hanukkah. Here we go. Oh geez, I didn't mean to. Those are like way too much. All right, how is everybody? How is my fine audience of fucking weirdos? Dan easy peasy from the stream. I don't know if that's an option. He might just force his way in. I guess if he calls in, I'm gonna have to take. But you know, it's Hanukkah. He's not gonna be around on fucking Hanukkah. He's out in his fucking bunker, safe and secure from those bombs that be dropping shit. Here, I'll show you guys something funny that I just noticed. I see the DuckDuckGo's ready to go. You take this up, type in Hanukkah. How do you spell it? There it is. Type this in. Look what happens. What? It didn't do it. Oh, you're making me look like a fucking fool. YouTube. It only happens in the English version of it, I guess. Hold up. Hanukkah. You can just do this by yourself, by the way. I'm gonna take a screenshot of it. Oh, do you have to spell it with 2 Ks? Yeah, there it is. Right, with 2 Ks. Isn't that nice of Google? Look at how pretty that is. Look at how pretty that's so nice. It's such a nice little display. I'm sure they're going to do this for Easter and stuff, right? I mean, you're gonna see it for you're definitely gonna see it for whatever the fuck the Muslims call their winter holiday. Ramadan? Is that it? Yeah, Ramadan. You're probably gonna see a Ramadan backdrop, but maybe some Easter too, right? That's gonna happen for sure. It even has shekels. That's right. That's a thing though. You have to give gold coins. I'm pretty sure that's a thing. What did you miss? You missed absolutely nothing. You missed not a thing. We're just gonna settle down. I'm gonna do an hour and a half tonight talking about that. Fuck all. about fuck all. The only thing that I've heard in terms of actual funny stuff is this. Let me pull up this picture. 'Cause from what I saw, it was funny. I think I have it on my desk. Yes, I hope I do. Maybe not. Oh, like he's you can see that's his mom right there, and that's his wife, and there's a picture of them side by side, and it's fantastic. They look identical to each other, pretty much. I sent it to fucking Coach Red Pill, but I don't have the actual URL anymore. Let me find it. It's worth showing people. And I can't tell if he's being like facetious in this. I guess because it's all caps rage and shit. Like he's facetious. But I hope like this guy is eating so much shit recently, and it's just kind of funny. And he deserves it. He doesn't sound like a nice guy. I don't have a strong opinion about him, but from what I've seen, he's not a nice guy. Does the chat have any funny stories about H3H3? Funny and H3H3 should not be in the same sentence. It is when he's mad that people are saying he looks like he married his mom. So what? I guess if people want to fuck their moms, they can go ahead. Eat some borscht fatty, spend this on Jewish jelly. I'm glad everybody's concerned about my food intake. I assure you I'm eating well. Don't worry about that. Yeah, I hope this is He's a kick 3 and he displays all kick 3 behavior. This is true. Kick 3 is in that is that like TikTok? His wife is definitely kick 3. Where the fuck is that picture? I'm so pissed. I gave it to fucking Coach Red Pill, but now it's like it's lost in the fucking abyss of the really good comparison picture. I feel shafted. Oh, there it is. I had to scroll up very far on my Discord. Perfect. To me, it's uncanny. Coach Red Pill disagreed. He said they look different enough, but the only thing that's really different is that she has blue eyes. But aside from and her mom's hair is more curly. But aside from that, they've got really similar facial structures. It's all fun until you're a brunkle. I don't even know what the fuck that is. His wife is disgusting. She looks like a horse in an empty vessel void of emotion, totally like a skeleton. That's fucking mean. That's a yikes. I can show you something that I did on Twitter. Like when I always get banned from Twitter because I'm always a little bit too mean in my messages. I guess I show my hand too much. This person I found this message incidentally, but are trans women retweet for yes, like for yes. But I reply, excuse me, sir, what is the option for probably not? I have to reply for that. You have to delete your account for probably not. And delete your account. Both people want me to delete my account. But then I can only vote once for not going to. This is how it starts. This is why I keep getting fucking banned from Twitter. I keep bantering with trannies, and people don't like that. I need to do a stream on this guy, by the way. Yes, this acronym is not, or this pin name is not a joke. It's evil trans Latinx, as in like the gender neutral thing that dumb Americans try to push, or Latino versus Latina, Latinx. Here, okay, I'll do this a stream me poll because I'm curious about what people think about this. I've had this debate. I've had a very passionate debate with many people about that word Latinx, right? And on Stream.me, I'm gonna do a poll because that's how I sound. because I want to see what people think. Is it pronounced? Is it pronounced Latin X or is it pronounced Latinx? Latin X or Latinx? Because that's the question. That's the question that I don't know. And if you're on YouTube and you don't want to switch over, just type it and I'll watch it. Latwinks. Latinx, a Cholo Links. Latinx. I'll tell you where the divide comes for this, because there is in the full stack industry or in web servers, there's something called Engine X, and that's how you pronounce this. You pronounce it like a car engine X, but if you just read it normally, you're going to be inclined to call it Latinx, and Latinx is the more humorous way to pronounce it, I feel. But Latinx sounds cooler. I see it's like a 50-50 divide on stream.me for what to call it. I mean, let's see what YouTube is. Low tax. That's mean. Don't bully poor low tax. He can't feed his family. As a Mexican, you don't recognize the awful word Latinx. Yeah, I can't. Well, that's what I said. I said no Latino person actually says the word Latinx. Because you can tell it's a dumb American word, because if you know Spanish, like, imagine trying to replace all the genderism in that fucking language with X. Like, you would be choking on the X sound, like, constantly, because it would be replacing, like, the ending of every word. Bullshit. And happy Hanukkah to you, Dorip. Happy Hanukkah. Now, is the gender neutral version of Hanukkah like Hanukkah Hanukkah X? what's the gender neutral version of that? So we gotta get some fucking word for it. Progressivism. We gotta get more progressivism in Israel, because that's important. They need to recognize that gender is a spectrum, like autism. Exactly like autism. Oh, jeez. Okay. But yeah, about ADF. ADF is fucking amazing. He constantly rants about the Kiwi farms being fascist. Can I read some of these? Fuck gender norms, says trans ethics hashtag won't be erased. Being normal. Yeah. See, his timeline is just like a great cross section of just the craziest fucking people. Add the trans flags, you cowards. You hear that? You hear that, Twitter? Your biggest issue right now is that you do not have a flag for transgenders on your platform. Oh, God. Oh, boy. Co-chair for MNTG Alliance. Business analyst, former carny? What does that mean? Like a carnivore? What the fuck's... Chat, what the fuck is a carny? Is that like a carnival person? Like a person that conducts a carnival? I think that's it, right? Oh, God. Can you imagine this person in fucking clown makeup? Oh, God. And no, I'm not making fun of transgender people, okay? I'm making fun of this thing. The Minnesota Transgender Alliance. That must be what the MNTG... Like, legit, they look like the Gravekeeper. I'm not being mean. Oh, gee. This is what happens. You scroll down these fucking pages and then you just feel cold bitterness in your heart. What was happening? Oh, I was reading ADF. ADF is really funny because ADF follows Lorelei Bailey. Lorelei Bailey, I've mentioned this before. Lorelei Bailey is a rapist. They sold out Lizard Squad. They narked on Lizard Squad, and then while using their grandmother's house, they gave free rooms to other transgender people and then raped them, and then uploaded the videos of themselves raping their friends in their house. And that ends up here because fucking ADF is awful. Retweets these fucking people or his friends. 10 years of organized cyberstalking didn't happen in a vacuum. It had the tolerance of a capitalist and ableist society to go to as long as it happened. Cyberstalking has condemned me to poverty, 5 years of houselessness, and somehow I am the violent one? Oh, this is the funny one. Kenny, who's also a retard, says that Austro-Latina... Okay. Like, I'm trying to explain to people what ADF is, and I'm choking on my words, because every time I say something, I have to show somebody something else to give it context. I'll get back to that. Let me just read this. Rumor has it that a person is a hardcore and heavily armed member of Antifa now around Portland. 10 years of organized violent cyber stalking by fascist Kiwi farmers plus predecessors are definitely going to create perfect recruitment material for those anarchists and Antifa. So this is in reply to Kenny, who is his own special nut job. Actually, we'll open him up and look at it. Because he was begging for my attention. He said he was going to write articles calling me like a fascist or something. I don't know. He's a retard. But he says that Austro-Latina person is one of the few so-called locals who are truly dangerous. Okay. Let me just Google it. Maybe I can find a fucking map and show you what the fuck Austro-Latina is. Austro-Latina. Perfect. Okay. I want one with a ocean map. Is that it? No. God damn it. Where the fuck is it? Is there not one that shows like where it is in proportion to the United States? Basically, okay, this guy's a spastic and he likes to make civic. He likes road signs and traffic signs. Like he draws this shit constantly. These signs in broken Spanish. And that's like his big autistic thing, right? But this is his country, Austro-Latina, and it's if you can't tell, it's a portmanteau of Australia and Latina, and it's literally in his world, like you can see, this is the coast of America and Canada, so it's literally like what if Quebec was like this giant fucking island, this square, shitty looking island, and like he spends his days drawing these road signs and shit, and that's his entire life is drawing these road signs. But he also likes to write like fantasy logs. Like right now, there's a civil war, I think, in his fake country, and there's a coup d'état to try and overthrow his government in his own fictional universe. So even in his own fictional universe, he's a fucking loser, and his entire country, his fake country, hates him, and I think that's fucking hysterical. To be honest with you, Let's see. Oh, this somebody said he likes infrastructure in fake countries like you like flags. Well, I'll have you know, this is a fake flag I made for Austro-Latina. I think it's the flag of Cuba. The Austrateria, which I think the Southern Cross is the constellation, and then an extra little Soviet star to make it like replacing the big star in the Australia flag. So this is my fan art for his country. I think it's a great flag. What else? Anyways, yeah, he's a spastic. I should talk about Kingle too. Kingle deserves his own shit. You know how much I hate Kingle? Kingle's watching this right now. He's the biggest, fattest, dumpiest fucking loser in the world. And he's watching this right now. And Kingle, I want you to... Kingle, show yourself. Show yourself in the chat now. I command you. You fucker. Present yourself. If you're not gonna speak up, Kingle, forever hold your peace. I will just proceed without you. I'm gonna give you a minute. I'm giving you a minute, Kingle. You know you want to. Kenny Jones, is that the real Kenny Jones? Kenny, you're a fucking retard too. Go away. This dude, okay. Press 1 in chat. Yeah, this is the real Kenny Jones. Press 1 in chat if you want to hear the story of Kenny. You're derailing me. I asked for Kingle to show himself in chat, and Kingle has not shown himself. But Kenny Jones has stepped up to the mantle, and he wants to be talked about. Oh, geez, I'm seeing the ones. I'm seeing the ones. I guess we're gonna be I guess we're gonna be talking about Kenny now. Thank you, Kenny, for distracting us. I was just gonna talk. Kenny's involved. Kenny wants to talk. Kenny, you want to get in Discord and have a nice conversation about how you stalk women? You want to get in Discord real quick? We'll just talk. I'm looking at. I'll give you the link if you want the link. You can, and that you'll make my Hanukkah stream. We'll just talk about how you fucking stalk women. Hold up. I guess I have to get him an invite. Create an instant invite. Edit link. Generate copy. Send it to him. And if he wants to come on and talk, I guess he can. Actually, no, you're in my chat, aren't you? Did you leave? Ah, jeez. You're busting my balls here, Kenny. Kenny did nothing wrong. That's the thing. Oh, he left. He didn't even want. He asked me to talk about him. The second I start talking about him, he fucking leaves. He's not even in the Discord anymore. He just. Well, I guess he doesn't fucking object then. Here, you know what? I bet you a good number of you people haven't seen this. So let's pull this up. It's in my fucking archive, I'm pretty sure. And we'll watch this together because Kenny made this. Kenny fucking made this. Ralph played it on his stream, right? Ralph played it on his stream because Kenny paid somebody to write the script. Kenny paid somebody to narrate the script, and he paid somebody to edit the script together into a final product. So let me pull this up, and we'll just watch it. Desktop, download. Give me the money. My connection might get shitty as I download this. I'm not just gonna throw it up. Firefox. Last chance, Kenny. If you want to get into my fucking hotline, we can talk. But otherwise, I'm just gonna make fun of you for the next hour because you've thrown yourself on the altar. I wasn't gonna make of this Kenny. I was gonna make fun of this Kenny. Look at this Kenny. Let me pull up a picture of this Kenny. Every time I want to Kenneth is the most boring fucking person in the world, but every time I want to talk about him, somebody else steps up to the plate, and it's just like, please make fun of me on the internet. So no, I guess we're not going to talk about this Kenny. It is what it is. It is what it is. Has it finished? It sure has. Okay, let's watch this. Keep in mind, a black guy paid $300 to make this video as you watch this. And let's go.
Kindness, honor, and trustworthiness are important aspects of society. These morals keep societies together and maintain the trust between fellow man. In a time of heightened social awareness, we tend to see more and more terrible people. So it's always a treat when we can see someone who holds on to morals and calls for society to
Actually, sorry, I'm gonna do this a little bit differently. I lied. I shouldn't have downloaded that video. I should have I should have just gone to YouTube and played it because now I can't pause it, and I need to be able to pause it. So I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and wait. This video does not exist. What? It literally just existed. Oh, I see. I see. I'm dumb. All right. Okay, I'll pull it up on Firefox. I'm sorry. I'm a dummy. I'm a retard. But it's okay now. It's all good.
Kindness, honor, and trustworthiness are important aspects. We tend to see more and more terrible people. So it's always a treat when we can see someone who holds on to morals.
Okay, first, before we do this, I want you to take a look at the bottom of your screen. Do you see that Margaret McLennan fan channel? pull this off. Just take a detour from this fucking immediately. Guess who runs this? Guess who runs this picture? This creepy as fuck archive of all her videos. And I guess that's her and her mother. Guess who runs this? I'll give you a hint. It's fucking Kenny. Oh yeah, his narrator is great. I think the only reason the narrator even agreed to do this fucking video is because they knew if they turned Kenny down, they'd fucking like cut his dick off or something.
And calls for society to return to them. But what happens when one of these speakers calling to return to morals isn't honorable, trustworthy, and a lot of times not even kind to their own fans and supporters? An online personality catering to the political communities of the internet since late 2016, Margaret McClenna has called for society to return to better morals. She prides herself on leading people to become more trustworthy, holding on.
Are you sure? Because this video that I have, I think was published, like somebody, okay, there's a bit at the end that I think he cut out. I'm pretty sure I archived the original version of this clip. If there's an archive of it that has the ending part, let me know and I will play that. But otherwise, I'll let this continue.
On to their promises, and generally just being better people, as we all should be. Her personal Twitter bio faintly describes her as right-wing gossip, plus social media tactics, highly read ghostwriter, belly dancer in past life, now ostomy crew. Margaret began her journey into the online political community in 2016, back when she became a manager for a privilege grant, helping unfairly treated kids go to college. Unfortunately, later that year, Margaret was fired from the grant.
If you don't remember, privilege grant, I think, was the thing that Milo Yiannopoulos ran that generated $150,000 in donations in which nobody received any money from.
And according to her, she did not receive pay for her work from her boss. After this incident, she became ill and bedridden in a hospital for the next couple of months. Margaret continued her online career from her hospital room, despite her condition requiring the removal of her lower intestine. Despite her poor video-making equipment, she gained the attention of quite the large fan base with her simple videos. October of that same year, Margaret established a Patreon and began raising funds.
Okay, this is the most important part. Look at that number. It's like only like my Patreon at patreon.com/manattheinternet makes more money than Margaret McClennan's. So just keep that in mind that this fucking tiny amount of cash is the major contention of this video and Kenny's hatred of this woman.
Her fans came together, raising money and sending her computer parts so that her video's quality could grow. Her fans wanted to know what she could make with the proper tools. Finally, in 2017, and free from the hospital, Margaret had built her new PC from the parts donated by her.
Oh, look who it is in chat. Margaret McClennan fan channel. He will not let me on the stream. I've been out of his Discord for 2 months. Nigga, I will let you on the fucking stream. Oh, you're there. Kenny. You're muted,
Josh, you fucking idiot.
you motherfucker. What the fuck? How did he time this?
Got you.
No, okay, I'm pissed off because he says in chat as the Margaret McClennan fan channel. He says in chat.
I did it like 5 minutes before.
Yeah, you've been waiting there. And then he fucking lied. I'm going to consider this a Grand Kenny scheme to trick me.
Yeah, it's just the way it works. Whatever. See ya.
Wait, out of here, you fucking fake Kenny. This trifling ass nigga. Get up in here, Kenny. I guess we'll just keep making fun of your fucking video until you get back in.
Her fans and funded by her Patreons. She rewarded her fans by releasing a schedule for when she would start releasing videos. It was quite ambitious for a newer YouTube channel. Her busy schedule consisted of live streaming every Monday, live streaming a game every Tuesday, publishing a video on YouTube Wednesday, and finishing her week with a game stream on Thursday. Fans, especially the Patreons paid into it, were excited to see what Margaret would do. I wouldn't want Patreon dollars until I can get on a schedule and prove my worth. Margaret. Margaret set up a
This you? I'm pretty sure this is you. Once.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can. Hi, Kenny. How are you, Kenny? Did you have something to say?
What's happening, man?
Nothing much. Just having a nice little Hanukkah stream.
I'm getting a bit of a delay. For some reason, I can't hear you through the Discord. Give me a minute to fix the settings if you want.
Let me know. I'll keep playing the video.
Discord channel for her Patreons as well, so that they could chat with her directly and the community could build within her small group of supporters.
Can you try again?
Things were looking up.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, I got you. I got you. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. So what's been happening, man? What's been cracking?
I've been streaming. It's been going pretty well. How about yourself? Did the video have the impact that you expected it to have?
Oh yes. You know, I got the I got more replies and more views than I ever thought I would. You know.
What? 2.2?
Yeah, trust me. I was just want to make it just for basically me and the 32 people. So that's a lot more than the 32 people. If you look on the screen, what you're looking at, Anus, he also made a video, a matter of fact, and did some decent research into this matter. I would check him out because this has nothing to do with me. This is not me doing the research. So if I was you, I would
But you're the
take a
one
gander.
who's the most vocal about, like, when we talked in that conversation. You seem pretty adamant about wanting to have her be destitute. Like, that seemed to be your goal.
I don't. I think you misinterpreted what I was saying, and you've been spreading a narrative that's incorrect.
I don't think it's wrong. Because you said that what you wanted was for people to stop supporting her, which would mean that she would be destitute.
Well, stop supporting her through YouTube and other internet things. I mean, she has jobs on the internet. I'm not talking about her bosses to stop paying her. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, if the people on the on that used to be her supporters will stop giving to her, yes, it's Gump Jones.
But what if they're happy with what they're getting? What if they're getting what they paid for and they're happy with it?
If they're happy with it, then they're happy with it. I'm not forcing them to do anything.
So again, when we talked, I could not understand what your point was, and it seemed to me that you just wanted her to be bankrupt. So what is the goal?
The goal is she did what I consider to be unethical things, and yet she kept the reputation of a decent individual long after she did these things. Okay, and my issue is if she keeps a reputation of someone that's honest and so on and so forth, then she can do it again to someone else in the future. And I don't like that. I don't like the idea that someone keeps a good reputation when they haven't done good by anyone.
Well, I think it's safe to say that she tried to fulfill her obligation.
Well, if by try you mean giving about 10% on occasion, then yeah, I agree.
So, okay, to clarify for people who don't know, his main contention is that he bought a platinum standard power supply unit for her build, and several other pieces of audio accessories, I think you said soundproofing phone and stuff, and I think you said it totaled up to about $500 worth of gifts, and the understanding would be that Margaret McLennan would stream a specific schedule, and this was right before her health issues.
Not her fans.
What's that?
I said that she made. Her fans didn't force the schedule on her. It was a schedule that she made up by her own will. That's, I'm just saying that it wasn't like Kenny Jones bought a hard drive and all of a sudden I'm saying you better do Tuesday and Thursdays. It wasn't nothing like that. She's the one that came out and she's the one that made this schedule, for herself.
Well, right. She came out and she set some goals for what she was going to do. But then right after the computer was put together, she had health issues, right?
For a very short period of time, yes.
Okay, she had debilitating health issues to the point where she couldn't stream even.
I
about
agree
a
with
month.
that.
And then when she comes back, I mean, you said that while she was in the hospital, you were still trying to get her to do streams and stuff, right?
No. She was sick. She was sick. I don't believe she went back to the hospital, if I'm not mistaken, but I could be mistaken on that count. She was sick, but we didn't harass her. We didn't really start going after Margaret and trying to get her to do the things she's supposed to do or keep her word until about her birthday, which is in May. So so she got her computer on Valentine's Day. She got it assembled on Valentine's Day. And the week after Valentine's Day, she got sick.
Of 2018.
Of 2017.
So almost 2 years ago at this point, she gets her computer and she gets sick and she's in the hospital for about a month, right?
She's in the hospital for about a week, if she was at the hospital at all.
Are you saying you don't think that she was in the hospital? She's missing parts of her bowels, bro. I'm pretty sure.
Well, yes, but you need to understand that my video is incorrect. It actually did my video is incorrect. So she didn't have her intestines removed in 2017 or 16. It actually happened around 2014 or 13.
Right, but that's like a chronic condition that you have to keep taking care of.
Right, I understand. I mean, I'm just saying that she wasn't in the hospital getting anything removed at that time.
Right, she had a flare up because she has multiple issues. It's not just like her bowels are fucked up. She has several degenerative.
Yes. But let me explain. She was sick that week. But after that week, she was relatively healthy for many, many months. Okay. To the point where she traveled, she went to California, she went to she went camping, she was pretty well healthy. She was even starting to do exercises. She was exceeding her doctor's recommendations for her behavior, when it comes to exercising and so on and so forth. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So quite healthy and out and about and doing these things.
Well, being physically active doesn't mean that she's all put together properly.
Well, I didn't say it was. I'm just saying she had the energy to jog a mile, and the only thing we were asking was an hour stream a day.
Well,
okay, and only on certain days. And it's
when we talked last, I hadn't started streaming, and I've only been streaming for about 2 months. But I can tell you, one of the draws of it, having people throw, dollars and stuff is fun. But really, it's just the streaming itself is fun. If it wasn't fun, I probably wouldn't do it. Right? Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I agree.
So
you shouldn't be like Wings of Redemption, is what you're saying.
Yeah. You don't want to be like Wings. You don't want to be like DSP, where streaming becomes your job, because part of streaming is you're supposed to be entertaining, and you can't really entertain if you're miserable, right? So that's why Wings and DSP are so shit. It's because they're miserable when they're doing what is technically their job. So Margaret, especially if Margaret's being like pressured into going back to streaming, like that instantly makes it less fun.
Well, see, that's the issue. She wasn't instantly pressured into streaming again. Like I said, people in her Discord were very supportive of
streaming, right?
Yeah, about her time about her birthday. That was like May. So so she put her computer together in February. She got sick in February, and she was long since in healthy or even healthier than she usually is by May, when her birthday was around. Okay, So people didn't really start, going out there and asking, and they were asking, they were being polite. They wasn't, no one was, out there calling names or threatening her in any kind of way like that. No, I mean, when it comes to the internet, her fan base and people that talk to Margaret are extremely polite, to the point where it doesn't seem like the internet. Um, so I mean, so about May or so, people started asking, when you gonna get back on schedule? You made a schedule um on Margaret, and you said you were gonna do these things for in exchange for helping you get a computer and being your Patreon supporters and so on and so forth. So when you gonna get back on? And for months, and I mean months and months and months, she ignored the question. And August or so, she went out of August or so, she just got back from one trip, and she was going to go on another trip to California. Yes, that's a picture I did.
I really like it.
I
You
didn't. I
drew
didn't.
this?
I didn't draw it. I didn't
Oh.
draw it. I just found it somewhere. Look, I mean, I've made my fair share of mistakes. I admit it. All right, you know. But all I'm trying to say is, in August, she went on a trip. She was more than healthy enough to go on a trip to California for a week, and and so on and so forth. I'm not suggesting that she's 100% healthy and she can be a Olympic champion. I'm just simply saying that she made a schedule. She didn't keep it. She's long since been over that previous week sickness. She had time on her hands, and she hasn't responded to the issues to this day.
Well, okay, so you get like there's a girl in chat. She says, "If I had people like this breathing down my neck, I would not want to stream too." So, hypothetically speaking, okay, we go back in time, right? And Margaret is in this position, and after she gets her computer, after she's sick and she's feeling better, she wants to get out of streaming. She wants to get out of it because she's not having fun anymore. How does she do that without failing to meet the obligations that you say she has to meet?
Well, one thing I would recommend is she should have done is she should have cut back streams and tell people what she was about to do. Right? If I made an obligation to you, and I say, hey, if I say Josh, people use a real name, right? If I went to you and I said, hey man, how about if I do research for you, and I give you one article a week, for 4 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And so I do one article and I don't like it. I don't like this, and if I just quit and disappear, then you're kind of without an individual doing these articles that I've come out to you and told you I was going to do them. You didn't come to me, so if I was going to quit,
I can tell you how that's
you.
handled in the real world if you'd like.
But I mean, let me explain. So if it was me, I would say to you, I say, man, this isn't as easy as I thought. This isn't very fun. If you don't mind, I like to quit after this. I mean, I like to do one a week and I like to quit. And that'll be reasonable to me.
Okay, well, in the real world, okay, let's say do you know anything about contract law? I imagine not.
I know the basic idea of contract.
Well, it's a little bit different. If you say to me that you're going to write 4 contracts, or 4 articles, we're making a publication, we're making some kind of online blog, and I contract you for that. If I do things to put myself at financial risk dependent on you meeting your obligation, that's a tort if you don't meet that. I mean, there's various ways to go about it, but there wasn't any contract signed. You gave money to her to expect streaming, but my main thing was it's been so long since this was the case, so long since this falling out. It's been like, again, almost 2 years. How long would she had to have streamed to, like, if she quit Valentine's the next year, would you still hold it against her for quitting streaming?
No, I wouldn't. The thing is after she made that schedule for herself, she hasn't kept that schedule for one single week. Okay, since she made that schedule, Valentine's Day of 2017, not one week, and that was her schedule, and she wanted to made it. I personally, I would have been happy with excuse me, I would have been happy with just 1 hour stream a week.
Well,
And
she does stream still, right?
Yes, she streams. But you gotta understand that this is a pretty recent turnaround. All right, so if it was me, and you said, hey Kenny, I'm getting kind of tired of streaming. I hate Overwatch. I'm tired of looking at these
Kenny,
perverts.
to you specifically?
No, not you, not me specifically. All right. Hey chat, hey Patreons, who you just whatever you want to put there. All right. You say, hey man, hey guys, I'm sick and tired of having I don't like this no more. So I'm not gonna be able to keep that schedule. But I tell you what I will do for I stream once a week or so. That to me that'd be reasonable. That's cutting it down.
Didn't you say that I'm asking? Like she's doing her one stream a week, and I'm talking about like doesn't that satisfy you?
Well, yeah, that's
then what's the problem if she's doing
the issue I come to you to talk about really was because you just now start talking about this, but the issue I come to you to talk about was about the false allegations on that article in Kiwi Farms. Because it doesn't only make me look bad, Josh. It makes the site look bad when it's false information. I mean, next time when you go to when you have another one of those furry instance or some of those signs,
people are going to point to your article and say, "Look, they got it wrong."
No, okay, I'm saying, and I'm simply trying to say that one article that is massively inaccurate, it puts a small amount of discredit on all your other articles. People need to have a certain amount of confidence in Kiwi Farms if it's going to make any kind of effect against people.
Let's go through it then. This is by Valkyria, I think.
Oh yeah, may I make an announcement? He's a knucklehead. All right, go ahead.
You hear that? Australia, bringing the balance. Okay, so Kenneth Jones, aka the Mushmouth Menace, is a 27-year-old basketball American / Indian, feather or not dot, also known as Zambo, who sent YouTuber with Crohn's disease money and computer parts, saying he did so out of the goodness of his own heart. He now feels so entitled to both her and her time that he has embarked on a year-long campaign to slide up in her DMs, and if he got his way, Vajo. That's accurate so far, right?
It's not really all that accurate. So what he's doing there is he's applying motivation he has no proof of.
Well, we have down here, he supplied a screenshot where he says where you say that she's a 9 out of 10, and you're sending her, men don't listen because tits don't talk. I mean, you're pretty clearly
but that was a one-time joke,
Well, that's not a constant reply. You're posting pictures of her tits in Discord and like a not safe for work channel. I mean, it's pretty clear.
I was sending those in DMs because people kept asking me, "Well, who is this woman and what is she? What why in the world do we care? Why should we care? Does she have nice tits? Send us a picture of her tits. Blah 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 blah." Right. So yeah.
I mean, you're clearly sexually attracted.
Go back one. They go with a red shirt.
Red shirt.
Yeah, in the Discord thing you were looking at. No, the DMs. See that when people keep asking me to post tits and stuff, then I just do it. I say, okay, fine, whatever, and I send it. All right. This isn't me just all of a sudden out of blue saying, "Hey guys, you want to look at Margaret's tits?" Hell yes. You know what I'm saying? It's a request by them just because just get them to shut up.
Well, I'm just saying, like you're clearly sexually attracted to her.
I mean, she looks all right, but that's not the reason I did
she's
this.
She's a 9 out of 10. That's not all right. That's a pretty clear endorsement that you would fuck her.
But that's not my motivation for doing this.
So it's yes. The answer is yes. You are sexually attracted to her.
I wouldn't say sexually attracted because I don't have sexual thoughts about her.
Sure. That sounds like bullshit, to be honest.
Well, you have to understand me as a person, right? So I'm a Christian individual, and I try my best to live a Christian life. And in a Christian doctrine, you ain't supposed to have sex until after marriage. So it'll be counterproductive if I was thinking about sexual relations with Margaret out of the blue without being married to her. And to be honest with you, if I was married to Margaret, I'd probably end up killing myself.
Why?
Because she's a pain in the butt. Just having to deal with her online is a pain in the butt.
She's been going out of her way to ignore you. Said.
She's been going out of her way to discredit me.
She's been ignoring you. You said
she
doesn't address you.
She doesn't address me, but she's been talking to people behind my back.
Well, she didn't. Well, the whole thing about you, stalking her is true, though.
I beg your pardon.
The thing about you stalking her is true.
We haven't really. I mean, can we stick to one issue at a time before
fine.
we?
Let's go back to you talking about being a good Christian boy who doesn't have sexual thoughts about other women. Because here she's saying
sexual thoughts. I said that wasn't when it comes because you can be attracted to a person without immediately having sexual thoughts about them. At least I can.
Okay, well, in this tweet from May, she says, "You know how I know you're a virgin? You think that sex dolls will replace the real thing." And then you reply, "Question: How is being virgin an insult? Bravery is standing by one's principles." Which we'll get into because you're very principled, apparently, regardless of the opinion of society. So, are you saving yourself for marriage?
Well, I wish I could say yes, but unfortunately, I had an incident when I was a kid. When I was, in 5th grade, my teacher took advantage of me. Right, so I can't say yes to that.
I mean, besides that, I don't ever take that as a. I don't ever count that. Like, as far as like consent goes, you're still holding yourself out for marriage, right?
Yes.
Okay. Because chat was curious.
I'm just telling how it is. I mean, I tell you, there's not many things I wouldn't wouldn't admit to or tell the truth about. There was this one thing, in Cherokee, but we won't talk about that now.
In Cherokee?
Yeah, in Cherokee. You know what Cherokee is, right?
I know what it is. Is that a place?
Yeah, it's the mountains, the Smoky Mountains, and in North Carolina and Tennessee.
Well, you can't throw that out there. What happened in Cherokee?
Well, I mean, we're not. This ain't part of the topic. I mean, I don't want to.
Is that where the serial killer was?
The serial killer is actually where I live. Actually, it's kind of strange.
What happened? No, wait. What happened? You can't say that and then back out from it. What the fuck happened in Cherokee?
Involves a church trip. When I was real little, we there was a church trip to Cherokee Mountains, and most of the guys at church most of the bigger boys was bigger than me and stuff, and I wanted to impress them, and so they wanted something. They said do something to impress us. I was like what? And they didn't tell me. So basically, when I went behind one of those cash registers in Cherokee, and I stole two swords and a candy bar. And
you stole 2 swords?
Yeah, they have these replica swords in Cherokee, lots of knickknacks and stuff. So 2 swords and a candy bar, and snuck out the door and ran to these guys and stuff. And so the joke is Kenny stole a candy bar in Cherokee, and
is that where Al is?
Oh, you know about Al, do you?
Yeah, somebody sent me a message talking about Al, saying that he's been a menace.
A menace for 3 generations of Joneses. That's right.
So he says he's number 1 on your kill list, even higher than Margaret.
I didn't say kill list. I said dislike list.
Okay, so who is Al from Ace Hardware?
He's a disreputable businessman that tries his best to get over on people, not taking care of business like he's supposed to at a local hardware store. For example, my granddad took a chainsaw to him to get it fixed. He was 2 months behind schedule, and when my grandfather got there, he took the motor out of the chainsaw. So not only did he not fix the chainsaw, but he stole the motor out of the chainsaw to fix somebody else's chainsaw. Right. My father's had issues with him, more than one. and then I had issues with him. So that's 3 generations of different Joneses.
What happened with your
Had
dad?
issue. He was getting everybody pretty much knows who I am now. So my father was a pastor of a church, and so he went there to rent a structure for to keep the rain off people doing some kind of eating thing we were having at church that day. And he made he got the thing, he made the what's called the he scheduled it for like 3 months or so ahead of time, like called in a little bit early, make sure the man had it and everything. And the man didn't have it. He gave him, instead of the thing he gave him one that had holes in it and it was rusty and it fell apart when we put it up, and there was people underneath it and there was food everywhere, blah blah blah. The people in chat don't want to listen to this.
I'm still curious. Well, I'm curious about Al. What happened? What did he do to you?
It has to do with me trying to make snake traps. So I was trying to make a snake trap and stuff, and I was asking him, I need a metal that wouldn't rust, and he, instead of giving me a metal that wouldn't rust and certain items and so on and so forth, I had to explain it in real detail if you want me to explain how it went wrong. But basically, they gave me material that was substandard, and when I caught a cottonmouth in the trap and was carrying up the hill, the cottonmouth fell out, and needless to say, it was kind of a awkward situation with a cottonmouth near my leg. So, so that's basically it with Al. No, he didn't bite me, but it was none too. It wasn't fun.
Did you shit yourself? It sounds like
it's a cottonmouth, a venomous animal. I mean, a venomous snake drops by your feet. It's kind of unnerving to say the least. I mean, nothing else happened. It's just the snake was there. I told someone to throw me a snake hook, and I brought the snake up the hill on with a snake hook, and now we put him in a snake bag, which is basically a pillowcase, and that was it.
So do you hate this Al guy more than you hate Margaret?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
If you really think about it, because of his stupidity, he almost cost him at least my leg, But yeah, I don't know. I mean, when it comes to Al, I've pretty much let it go, and I pretty much let the Margaret thing go. I haven't really talked about it too often until I came here and asked you to please kind of rewrite your Kiwi Farms article.
Well, so far it seems pretty accurate. I mean, we got to let's go back to that because that's what we were doing. Because I contest that you do want to fuck her. I think that's a fair statement to make.
Well, you need to understand. There's other motivations behind giving someone something other than wanting to have sex with them. I mean, can you agree with that?
For most people, yes. I just don't think.
Okay.
I wouldn't give you the benefit of the doubt with that, though.
Okay, but I mean, what about me that would make it seem that I'm highly sexually active? Like, have you noticed me doing
I
this?
didn't make that claim. Hold up.
Like, I'm just saying, you say, for me, you wouldn't get a benefit of the doubt. But what about me that tells you that it wouldn't be another reason behind?
Because of how you've handled it. Like, if you handled it in any other way, literally any other way, I would say for sure, like, yeah, you probably just got fucked over by an e-thought, and shame on you for trusting an e-thought to begin with. But I don't think you're burned over it. Like, you're very clearly burned over Margaret not giving you what you want, and to me, that implies some sort of very strong emotional attachment to her that makes you feel personally scorned by her not doing these streams.
I am personally scorned by her, but not in that way. We will get into it a little bit later, and why I've continued as long as I have, and what made us all personal. There's a little bit of context we need to go through, if you don't mind.
Okay, well, before we do that, let's continue on to the second paragraph. So far, his autistic obsession with one Margaret McLennan has cost him his job, and will very soon cost him his dream job as a field researcher who molests poor defenseless reptiles in the wild that people already knew were there.
Yeah, I know Kiwi Farms is a joking website, so I'm gonna let that molesting reptiles pass. But the other thing, this pretty much this is pretty much leads up to the other point about my motivation for continuing this. So my motivation for continuing this was because instead of accepting my challenge to the Kumite back when the Kumite was a thing and was worth watching, instead of setting my challenge to the Kumite, she decided to publicly disgrace my name, publicly discredit me by saying a bunch of extreme things about me. One of them in which calling me a serial killer, essentially.
She didn't call you a serial killer.
Alluding to me being a serial killer, and that ended up leading to me losing my job. So me losing my job made it personal, and that's why I've continued as long as I have.
That tweet is not on this. I wish it was.
Of course it's not on there.
Well, because I want it to be on there because it's one of the most interesting things. It's the only time, as far as I know, she's ever interacted with you.
She didn't interact with me. She was interacting with failure.
Oh, well, it's the only time that I've ever seen her even acknowledge that you exist in any way.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you want some pictures of our conversations, I suppose I can send them to you. But I mean, like,
go ahead, I'll post
like
them.
I have no interest. Before she made these comments about me that got me fired, I just want to talk to her to see if there's any kind of way we can resolve the issue.
You were trying to get her onto internet blood sports. People don't go into internet blood sports to have friendly conversation and work out their problems.
I didn't necessarily want, but the thing about it is that was months and months and months of trying to get her to address this issue.
Don't you think that if somebody was contacting you for months and months and months and months, you wouldn't want to talk to them?
But I mean, this wasn't when I say months and months, it's not like I was messaging her every 5 minutes, every day for all these months and months and months. And it's not as if, I was the only one. It doesn't
really matter. Okay, look, I run the forum and I get a lot of shit from it, which is fine. I deserve to eat a lot of shit for running my site. But like, I get people who will contact me sporadically, like at least once a month, every month. And I would say that they're stalkers. Like, even if they're not contacting me every day, like if I made it clear I don't want to talk to you and you continue to contact me, you're harassing me.
Which she hasn't, by the way.
Well, by not responding to you at any point in time, I'm pretty sure that's clear that she doesn't want to talk to you.
But I mean, I can agree with that if it wasn't for the fact that she treats everyone like that.
How do you know this? How do you know how she treats everybody?
Well, because I talked to her former patrons in Discord.
Yes, you do, and that's also worth mentioning because after I uploaded that video, I get comments on all of my videos. Every video I put up, I get one person, and I don't know if it's you. I don't know if it's the other creepy weirdos, but they just say Kenny did nothing wrong. It's like a his name was Robert Paulson kind of chant, where it's just Kenny did nothing wrong. Just like for every upload I make, and like those are the other people. And you mention them, that you work with them, you conspire with them to try and get back at her.
What are you accusing me of?
Stalking.
No, I mean about the Kenny did nothing wrong thing.
Sock puppeting or getting other people to comment on my videos very awkwardly.
Okay, Josh. Look, here's the truth, right? So there was 32 individuals that, as you know, there's 32 individuals on a Patreon. Only about 10 of those individuals were ever active on her Discord when she was active on her Discord, and only about 5 of those individuals I talk to now. Okay,
you still talk to a lot of them. I mean, that's still a lot.
Like, well, I'm just saying that's 5. These individuals don't want their names known, and they don't really want to get involved publicly because they don't want to end up like me. To put it bluntly.
Yeah, they don't want to end up labeled a fucking creepy stalker, bro, because they know what they're doing is creepy and weird and not okay.
They're not doing anything though. I'm trying to explain to you, these individuals aren't. I haven't asked them
to try and get back at Margaret. That's something.
No, they're not.
They didn't help you with your video. They're not making other videos like your video that you're pinning on your videos in the description.
They haven't made other videos. No, absolutely not.
Who the fuck was the guy that you pinned on your video then in the comments?
That's somebody anus or whatever. He was doing it. He decided to do an investigation into this. He is not a Patreon. He is not a fan of Margaret's. I didn't know him until like Ralph. I went into Ralph's Discord, so I haven't like. He's a completely independent as far as I know.
Okay, just as a detour, what's this about a hooker?
A hooker?
Somebody said ask Kenny about the hooker.
I don't know anything about a hooker.
Is that like a thing about the serial killer? Did he kill hookers?
Oh well, the serial killer. I don't really know too much about him. Apparently, like there's 3 women that got killed, and there's like 1 missing, and that's about. The last one that went missing happened in October 2017. And for you guys that's wondering if I did it or not, I was in Washington D.C. at the time, so no, I didn't.
No, I don't think you're.
Hey,
I don't think he thinks you're. She thinks that you're a serial killer either. She's just making.
I wish he wouldn't have. I wish he wouldn't have implied it either. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Well, it's like when it's obvious that she's not accusing you of being a serial killer. It's just like when I read the thing about molesting reptiles, you immediately recognize that as a joke and brush it off. But when she says something that's a joke, that's offensive about you, it becomes a serious point of contention that you consider lawyering up for to harass her further with litigation.
Yes, but there's 2 differences, right? So as you suggest, I recognize that as a joke. So I had the capability of recognizing jokes when I hear them. Number 2 is you don't state 5 different facts that are actually true and mix them in with a joke that's not. Okay, you see what I'm saying?
No,
like
I don't.
it, like you don't say, okay, let's pretend that I say this guy's wearing a green shirt. This guy has nice tennis shoes. This guy went to mailbox at 1 a.m. and this guy went to town today. If that guy was actually wearing a blue t-shirt, and I was just making a joke about a green t-shirt, you wouldn't mix that joke in with 3 different truths about the individual.
The full context of that tweet was just something like, yeah, he's stalking me and he's from a city where there's an active serial killer, so that makes me nervous. Like that's what she said.
But you also got to take into account that's as close as you can call someone a serial killer, legally speaking. Like if she actually wanted to call me a serial killer, that's the closest she can get without being held accountable, legally speaking. I mean, you can see that.
I mean, I guess. I mean, you could word it much more concretely to say like this guy's a serial killer.
She worded it pretty decently. I mean, if Valkyrie or whatever his name is actually did his job and posted more, proof and evidence. If I like when I say evidence, more evidence, other than stuff that fries my hide, you might get more of a context and so on and so forth. And another thing is that picture with the white background and stuff. That's not me.
Oh, okay. I think what people were referring to is when you paid some guy on Fiverr to dox her. That's what they were asking about.
Oh, I thought you said something about a hooker.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess they no, it was a drug dealer.
Oh, okay. Okay, look. Yes, I did pay a guy that was said he was a private detective off Fuhrer. Okay, this was after I lost my job, and I wanted to sue Margaret. Okay, now regardless if anybody agrees with me suing Margaret for this or not, that's my intention. So when you sue someone, when you want to file, for a lawsuit, you need an individual to go to that person and have them sign, hand them the papers in person. And to do that, you need an address. So yes, I did hire a private detective to find an address and stuff and phone number, so I could give it to my lawyer so he can have that stuff done. I don't know much about lawsuits. I'll be honest. I didn't know much about them at the time.
Well,
I didn't realize.
Lawyered up before then, right?
Well, I was what my plan was to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Is while I was finding a lawyer, then the private detective can be finding that information. You see what I'm saying?
Well, it's just that
usually that was my reason. That was my original thought process, but it was flawed to say the least.
Usually, what you do is you contact a lawyer, and then he'll find the information.
I know that. I know that now.
Tell her in the process of finding the information that somebody on Fiverr paid them to dox you. That's usually what happens. Because like,
but she hasn't been doxxed though. That's another thing.
Because
So
the guy told her that you were after her.
Yeah, but here's the thing, right? So before he told her that about me and doing that stuff like that and blackmailing me, we get that in a second. Before he told that, he gave me the information. All right. So I do have information. One thing is she's never had a call from me, and she's never had anything sent to her house from me. Okay. And another thing is her information has never been leaked. All right. So that information has been, yeah, from the PI, yes.
Okay, so why didn't you sue her?
I didn't sue her because all this other shenanigans going around the thing.
What?
Well, like people accusing me of being a serial killer, being a stalker.
I thought that was the point of the lawsuit, though.
So on and so forth.
Reputational damage.
Well, she did cause reputational damage in my job, yeah.
Okay, and so why didn't you sue her?
It was the lawsuit would inquire basically what's called a international lawsuit. Since she lives in Canada and I live in America, that would be a great deal expense. And since this isn't a criminal case, I would have to basically take that out of my pocket. And seeing that I just lost my job, that I didn't have excess money to spend on a lawsuit.
You have money now, don't you?
I have a little bit.
I mean, they rehired you to do field work, and you're getting paid like $6,000.
I didn't. They didn't rehire me at the same place. I'm an independent contract worker now.
But they're contracting you from the same. Well, they are, and you've said the same place contracts you, even though you're not technically employed by them. They contract you.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I make a little bit of money. But I mean,
you make enough to fund this lawsuit if you really want to.
I don't know about that. Like I said, it's an international lawsuit, and not only that, she's even moved since then. And then
so
now I got to go pay.
Well, now you could pay a lawyer to dox her for real.
Yeah, pay another extra $1,000. Yeah.
Sure. I mean, you've been doing. If you had been saving money for the time that you've been thinking about suing her, because this was like last year, right?
I didn't. But even in the time I was thinking about suing her, I didn't have a job, so I couldn't save money.
But you've been working for the better part of a year.
Yes, I have, and if you also, but like I said, it's a pretty expensive lawsuit, Josh.
I've had complete fucking nut jobs living off British basic income to me. In Canada.
British. That's a key word here.
Sure, but they're living off the dole.
Well, I mean, that once again, they're in a different financial situation than I am in America.
Yes, but you can still sue her,
and it still costs me a lot of money. Yes. And what would I really get out of it if I did sue her now? But originally, I wanted to sue her so I could get my job back, or get or something along those lines. If I sue her now, what's it going to get me? I have basically the same kind of job. I'm independent now, but I had the same kind of job. Okay. So I don't. It almost like, I'll be honest with you, and this is going to sound a little bit crazy, even for me. The truth is I don't want to ruin Margaret. If I sue her to that extent, it will ruin Margaret completely. All right. I don't want to ruin Margaret completely. I'm mad at her. I know I don't have many nice things to say about her, but I don't want to ruin completely, stomach her career like that.
Well, she almost ruined you, right? So why withhold?
Yeah, but I can't. I wouldn't do that to an individual that I once called a friend.
But you would follow them for 2 years and do everything you can to remove them offline like a humor.
No, I followed her. You say I followed her, but I didn't do anything beyond that lawsuit. To me, that getting information from that private detective was justified because
you don't need to justify doxing to me. I'm there. There's literally nothing wrong with doxing.
As I famously
said.
I don't agree with it though. not just not I'm so, like not just to go spread around with let everybody know someone's posting information. No, you need a reason for doing so. When those furry people was molesting animals and so on and so forth, there was a reason for find out where they live and spreading the information. So you have a group of people to come together and do what needs to be done, right?
I just don't understand.
Just
like, where,
for
where you
Jim,
want
for
it to
Jim,
end.
for example, he there's no real reason to spread his information. It's counterproductive if you like Jim as a content creator.
Okay. That's a nice opinion to have.
Well, I mean,
my confusion is, okay, you say that you basically want to remove her from public spotlight online.
I didn't say that.
You did. You said you wanted to make sure she couldn't get any support online. You said that's how we started this conversation up. You said that you wanted to make sure that people would not support her online. You want people to see her as a fraud and a thief.
Yes,
because
because
she didn't stream enough for your liking.
Yeah, but I don't want to ruin her life though. I mean, you see what I'm saying? There's a difference between wanting her reputation to follow her.
If people
don't Patreon supporters.
Okay.
Patreon supporters.
Like if she's really fucking sick and she's not making any money, $20 on Patreon goes a long way to like having a decent life, you realize.
Okay, can you repeat that, please?
If you are sick, if you can't work because your body's all fucked up and you're in bed constantly, having money come in from online is a huge boon. You can go out to Starbucks and get fucking coffee. You can have a higher quality of life with just a little bit of money. It helps a lot.
Yeah, I agree.
And you
but
don't want
the
that
thing,
for
see,
her.
there's two things. The two things that I wanted to stop because of a bad reputation was, one, people trying to support her for doing in like a Patreon or giving to her in certain ways like that, and two, people giving to her through what's it called, PayPal donations. Okay, you see, like, I don't want to affect her writing jobs. Okay, that's not what.
Here's the thing that drives me fucking crazy when I talk to you. Like, I talk to you about this, and I'm asking what you want, right? And when you talk about this, like, I have people who fuck with me, right, constantly. And when you ask, what do I want? I just want them to fuck off. And one particular guy, like, I could stand taking some money from him to help with the damage he's done to people. Like, I can tell you in one sentence what I want from those. I talk to you about what you want, and you like take this general stance, like this guy over a map of a battlefield, and you're like, I want her to be able to do 1 hour of streaming about one topic that she said that she was going to do on Patreon 2 years ago. And I would take this from her. I would take this money from her. I would recover my job from her. I would get an apology from her, but I wouldn't want to touch on her writing. I do want her to not have any Patreon support, but I do want her to get contracts. Like you're going in depth, and you're like, I want this for her. I don't want this for her. I want her to do this. I don't want her to do this. I want her to get this. I don't want her to get this. And it's just like you want to plan her entire life for her, and all you fucking did was buy a PSU for her like 2 fucking years ago, bro. And that's why people think you're creepy, because when we talk about her, it feels like you want to get in there with gloves and like do her fucking life for her, and it's creepy.
I understand that it would be creepy if that's the things I've said. Now, what you need to understand is Margaret has 2 different careers on life. I mean, excuse me, 2 different careers in online. Okay, one career I would suggest it was more of a hobby dash, some half a job, and that has to do with YouTube, with streaming, with other things like donations and Patreon and blah blah blah. Okay, that's one side of her career online. Her other side is the more of the backbone and the meat of her career online, and that's the writing work and whatever the hell else she does. Okay, now what I want to do when it comes to Margaret is effective her reputation, so random individuals won't won't come to her on Twitter and and run into her and think she's a pure, decent, honest individual that's worthy of giving money to. And Margaret closed her Patreon, by the way, for all those that's asking.
So what could you possibly hope for? Like she's already closed it. She's
I'm
already
pretty much-
decided she doesn't ever want to take money from strangers on the internet again because they want to own her life. She's already done that. You've already taken that from her. She doesn't want to stream ever again. She doesn't ever want to take money on Patreon ever again. You've robbed her of being able to enjoy things that people should be able to do.
Well, I didn't rob her of that. She's the one that brought that upon herself.
So it's not my fault that happened to Margaret. It's just that she made me do it. Like do you not sound how that sounds like a fucking serial killer?
No, what I'm trying to say to you is it's not. How can I explain? So what I'm saying is she's the one that didn't keep her word on the things she's. All I was trying to do was get her to keep her word.
And she's not going to do that. She's not going to do that anymore because she's so turned off from having any kind of interaction with her fan base that she never wants to. She doesn't want to go back to it. I've accepted that.
I've already accepted that, Josh.
But you're still making videos about her.
I've made one video about her, not videos. One video.
Okay, you made one video about her, and now when people talk about how you're a crazy stalker, you like even like I wasn't even talking about you, but you get into stream chat and you get my attention because you want to talk about it.
But when you type in my name, Josh, when you type in my name and stuff on Google, one of the things that pops up is your website, and it doesn't look good. And I have an issue with people accuse me of things I didn't do. Okay, that's one thing I've never done to Margaret. And she never did.
I warned you. I warned you in that conversation. If you did this video, people would go after you.
But you went. But Josh, this Kiwi Farms thing was made long before the video.
Well, even then, I couldn't help that. I mean,
I'm not asking you to take it down. I'm not asking you to take it down. All I'm asking you to do is make it correct.
Okay, well, let's continue because we still haven't gotten to a part where I agree that it's somehow wrong. So she did cost you your job.
That's right.
Valkyria says, I recently joined in Discord for the IBS stream Kill Stream with the Ralph Retort and co-host, where I stumbled upon a bumbling autist and a fledgling lolcalf. I was told that he was a bit odd and obsessed with a belly dancing YouTuber, someone I personally followed and found missing in action from the platform one day. I had no idea why she had left, but I had found the reason. After a brief and two not so brief. What's that?
Right there. Okay, the reason why she left. Okay, so I didn't do anything. So the things that Margaret is mad at me about, I didn't do any of those things until about September. Like I wasn't really taking a big stance against Margaret until September 2017. Okay, that's when I started publicly calling her out.
Which is already like 6 months later.
Okay, I understand. Yeah. 6 months later from what? What are you talking about?
From the Valentine's Day.
Yeah. But I'm just 6 months later of her not keeping her word and but still being healthy enough to do other things. That's from. But let's not get back to that again. We've already been around that a few times. What I'm trying to say is she wasn't doing content long before I started doing anything. Okay, so it wasn't me that caused her to stop doing content. It was her stop doing content that got me to do what I did. You see what I'm saying?
I'm sorry. Could you repeat the last sentence? My earbud.
What I said was it wasn't me that caused her to stop making content. It was Margaret stopped making content that made me do or motivated me to do the things that I've done.
Well, we've already talked about that. I hold the belief that she could easily have been dissuaded from coming back because of what she saw. Like, it might not even have been from you. It could have been other people in your group, that did shit while she was.
There's no way I could have. But either way, it wasn't me that stopped her from making content. Okay, that's inaccurate on that article.
Well, after a brief and two not so brief conversations regarding his involvement with the retreat of the aforementioned Miss McLennan from the internet, I arrived at the conclusion that he was at best a jilted fan and at worst a potential murder-suicide. I was content to sit back and watch the dumpster fire with and when occasion called, milked for lulz. I hate the word fucking milk.
Yeah.
He has repeatedly said he hates and cannot stand Margaret and has hired people from Fiverr to track her down. When the PI the menace hired to stalk Margaret turned on him and demanded $50,000. Did he demand $50,000?
No, absolutely not. He demanded about $3,000.
Well, I will
You
edit
know,
that to be correct then.
and $50,000. Good gracious, like, and the guy wasn't. I think he's about to get to that, but the guy wasn't from no Mexican. I like with that and how it spread around, but you know, it's kind of laughable that some hick from North Carolina with a lisp, you know, hire someone from the Mexican cartel. I mean, really?
I mean, anybody can be on Fiverr.
If he's from the Mexican cartel, I don't know about it. That's all I can say.
Kenny refused, and the Fiverr PI sent out all the information he had to her, and she proceeded to remove herself from the internet.
That's not true. Because he's clearly still on Twitter.
Well, she could have taken her thing down.
No, she didn't. As a matter of fact, she's tried her best to expose me as much as possible, like I'm trying to do with her.
From what little I know about afflictions like Crohn's, stress can be a huge contributing factor to the pain and exasperation of the condition. The stalking of Margaret has no doubt added to the already pain-filled life this woman has to lead. Update on the man hired to investigate. Turns out it's a Mexican drug dealer. Well, that doesn't have any... Wait, did you pay him money?
I paid him like $150 to find the information.
Did you pay him money to keep him quiet?
No,
Where
I
does
did
that come
not.
from?
I don't. He asked me to pay him money to keep him quiet. I told him absolutely not because I wasn't doing anything illegal, and I didn't. You know, I didn't feel like I was doing anything wrong. So I said, "Go ahead, do it." To tell everybody, and he did.
I'll remove. After watching this interview and talking to some of Margaret's friends, I'm dragging this cunt out into the sunlight. He gets extremely nervous in the latter part of the interview. That's when after you realize that it's me. Yes. This is the information that I have found on the Mushmouth Menace. If I find more, I'll be posting it below. Display name of uploader Margaret McLennan fan channel. Oh, so this is like, I guess she tried to DMCA you, and this is a reply from you?
Yeah, that's right.
So, Margaret, this is a ridiculous and unreasonable way to treat a channel dedicated to letting your fan base see your videos again. All credit was given to you both in the description of every video and in the page of the channel. It also clearly says none of the videos on this channel have been monetized. You and I both know it's unethical to deny the sponsors of your videos the right to see the very videos that are possible. This is an official YouTube message, so I know you have seen it. That's creepy.
Yeah, well, I mean, like you said, she doesn't reply to me. So I just want to make it clear that I know she got that message and stuff. Like, you know, I'm sick and tired of, you know, speaking to the wind when it comes to, you know, to anybody about this issue, right? All I wanted to do originally was just sell this, you know, behind the scenes, like this, you know, come up with some kind of alternative for her making content. I don't know. We could. I mean, even if she didn't want to talk to me, she can talk to anyone else in the Patreon thing or whatever. There's other people in Patreon. I wouldn't mind, you know, someone else talking to her. You know, we could come up with some kind of other compromise that everybody would have been approving of. And here's the thing about it. I didn't just buy a power supply. Everybody says, "Oh, it's just a power supply." Here's the truth about it. I bought the majority of the parts for that computer. Okay, it's not something I talk about because it's not something I brag about because it's supposed to be a gift to help people. It's supposed to be a gift to help someone achieve something, and you shouldn't, you know, hold something over their head like that. You know, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You tried to hire an assassin to kill you.
Well, that was a joke. Don't pay that too much mind. That's the same guy. That's the same guy. That's the same guy that I hired to. That was the investigator. And see, what happened was he had a very bad. He couldn't speak English very well. Like he was like Indian or something. And I got so tired of talking to him. Like I just want to joke around a little bit. And I was like, look, do you know anyone that can hire to go ahead and kill me from having to talk to you? So, how to explain this stuff to you over and over again and blah, blah, blah. So it was more of a joke than anything.
What's this part about using Ralph? She asked you. Did she tell you to stop contacting her through Ralph?
No. He recommended that I use Ralph to contact Margaret and give her messages and stuff.
Well, what does that mean that she asked you? What did she ask you?
I don't think she asked me. Oh, yeah. She asked me if it was me. She asked me if it was me that was calling her phone. And it wasn't me. It wasn't me. It was him.
Oh, was this guy? Okay.
Yeah. So, the two people that had her information was me and it was him. And it was
it's
him
weird
that was making the phone.
when her phone rings and she doesn't recognize the number, she automatically assumes it's you.
Well, I understand it's weird.
How did she even know?
Get me
Why
wrong.
would she even know about you by that point?
Well, she did, but that when she asked Ralph that was after that was looking up information about her. So in her mind, I was the most, that I was the most likely to be calling her. Okay. So I mean, it's not. I've never called Margaret before. I've never texted her. I never, I've never did any of those things. I never messaged her or her family, anything along those lines. Now she has threatened to contact my family. By the way, that's another thing.
Well, I mean, she wants you to stop fucking with her.
Well, that doesn't mean that you bring other people's family in things like this. I mean, when they brought your mother into this one time, you had to close down Kiwi Farms. Suffice to say, that was very unpleasant for you. That shouldn't have happened. That's crossing a line.
It wasn't just my mom. They went after people 3 generations. People I've never met.
It's still crossing a line. Your parents had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I don't really I don't moralize and say that's something that's out of line. But I don't know, if she's in a desperate situation and she really, really just wants you to go away.
If she really, really wants me to go away, all I ask is her to be reasonable and talk to one of the other Patreons. That's not too much to ask.
Well, if they're all stalking her, yeah, it is. Because look what happened. The one time she even acknowledges that you exist, it sets you off on a fucking rampage, dude.
It sets me off because he alludes to me being a serial killer, Josh. I lose my job, Josh. That's why it sets me off.
Well, what's going to happen if she talks to you again? I mean, who fucking knows?
If she talks to me like a decent individual, like an adult, instead of accusing people of a crime, nothing's going to happen. We might work something out, but I don't want to talk to her, to be honest. I don't have no interest in talking to her anymore. I mean, she's beyond, tick me off. I just don't, the time for me talking to her is over. I'm done. The communication chain has been broken permanently, hopefully, between me and Margaret. I haven't tried to contact her, and let's see, what's this month? This is 12th. I haven't tried to contact her in about 7 months now.
But you still go on live streams and try to talk about it.
No, I don't.
And you're here to talk about it.
I'm here to talk about the article that's on Kiwi Farms. That's what I'm here about. It just happens to be about Margaret.
Yeah, because that's the most interesting thing about you.
I agree.
So, I mean, I don't know. You complain that it's on Google when people search your name, but
yeah, but Josh, it's not that the article exists, because if I do something that's wrong, right, I don't mind suffering the consequences of it. It's when people say I did things I didn't do that I have an issue with.
Okay, so if this article was just replaced with a picture of you and a message saying, warning, this guy stalked Margaret McLennan for 2 years, I mean, does that satisfy your requirements?
At least it would be more accurate than what's here now.
Okay, well, refresh it, because I've edited some bits. I'm not gonna change it entirely to your liking. I removed the one thing I changed the number from 50,000.
I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying. I mean, look, I'm not saying, to get rid of thing or anything else. I'm just suggesting that it should be accurate, and the stuff that you have on there be somehow supported with some kind of documentation, say, to prove that it's correct.
Yeah, usually the threads are much more comprehensive. Like the tweet from Margaret is missing, and that's really funny, and it's important to the lore. But in general, it's just like the the skeleton of the post is accurate. This is what happened.
Okay, I mean, I have an issue with being called a stalker, but let's pretend for a moment that I am a stalker. I mean, there's a lot of other
It's a
stuff.
huge leap of.
I said I have an issue with it. So I'm saying let's all go along with the idea that I am a stalker. Okay, so there's a lot more on that other than me being a stalker. There's a lot more garbage on there that simply isn't true.
Well, I mean, my point is that you're complaining about how it affects potential employers, right? Or people.
Well,
looking into
I'm
your
actually
past.
I'm actually more concerned with people that know me and in my family looking it up and seeing a bunch of lies about me. That's really what I'm concerned about.
Well,
When someone goes looks types in my name and stuff and they're looking for my Facebook and this pops up alongside it, that concerns me because it's not true.
Well, it should. Okay, even if this was true, like I don't think you understand this. If you were to have this conversation with anybody else, anybody besides me, anybody besides random people online who are just there to put on a show, like they're not going to want to talk to you again. You tell this story to anybody in your life, anybody you know, anybody you're considering being friends with, that you over a failed obligation to live stream video games and shit. Went after this chick for a fucking year and a half. Like they're not gonna want to talk to you because it's creepy.
Yeah, it
sounds dangerous. It's dangerous to know you in real life.
Yeah, but without the context, it is creepy. The context
with context, it's creepy.
Well, that's your opinion. The context is I actually followed a certain moral code and a certain structure. She has not in this case.
Who gives a shit? Okay, even you said let's pretend that I'm a stalker. Well, let's pretend that I agree with you because I see your creepy friends in chat saying she stole from him. Well, she stole.
I didn't. I don't know. I haven't asked anyone to come here. I give you my word.
This is the guy, that Elbear guy. For people in chat, that Elbear guy is one of the guys that comments on every video saying Kenny did nothing wrong. I have no fucking idea who he is. He's a creepy asshole weirdo who probably wants to fuck her stoma. But for real,
I did not send anyone here, and I've never sent anyone to one of your videos. I give you my word.
Okay, well, I'm just saying that this happens, and I can tell it's her other fucking fans, and this only talks about your interaction with her. There are other people like you who are worse, that you're inadvertently lumped into, and yeah, you might not have personally driven her off of YouTube, but you're a part of this fucking weird clique, and you have defenders like this fucking Elbear guy. Yeah, you are.
Well,
He said he's joking. I'm stalking you, Josh. No, you're obviously obsessed with this, and you definitely want something from Margaret. You want that fucking stoma, and it's creepy. I'm just saying that it's creepy.
Just like Jim, I can't help who supports me. I mean, I can't control that, right? So I can only control what I do and accept the things I've done.
And you should have walked away a year and a half ago.
I would have walked away a long time ago if she didn't say something about me being a serial killer.
See, that's the thing. It's like
that's a serious issue, Josh.
Even in retrospect, you don't admit fault. You don't say I should have walked away. I should have cut my fucking losses and walked away from this shit.
But Josh, people make mistakes. And in life, people make mistakes.
You've made a lot of mistakes. And even when people tell you about the mistakes you're making and how you can avoid fucking yourself in the future, you don't take the hint. You just keep doing it. That's why people don't have sympathy for you.
No, I don't, Josh.
We had this exact same conversation months ago, and I warned you, don't publish that video because you're going to just get more negative attention for you. And now you're complaining, oh, my family and my friends are going to see that I've been talking Margaret. And it's like, well, yeah, because you made a fucking scene for it. You stayed in the Discord for the Ralph Retort for months talking about this chick. You were the butt of every fucking joke for months. And it's
I agree.
I am taking the loss and just fucking cut it.
Josh, there are more important things in life than a person's reputation online.
But you've just said that you've been
Because
spending
it
all this
crosses
time
over.
going after
Because
Margaret's personal reputation online.
yes, I have. But if you also remember, I said I don't want to affect other portions of her life. That's one reason. That's one reason I don't really want the to continue with that lawsuit I was talking about. That lawsuit would affect, would cost a significant amount of money, and the money would usually come from the loser. If I lost, that's
No, even if
essentially
she
not gonna do
won,
it.
she would have to pay legal fees to defend herself.
Right. See, I don't. I'm trying my best to explain to you that even under these circumstances and things that I feel she's done to me, and things I think she's lied about, I don't want to completely ruin Margaret.
Well, that's
Okay,
fine,
I
but
don't want
look,
to.
I'm saying that that's almost like a I don't know what to call it, but it's like you shouldn't even be thinking about that. If she did damage to you, your concern should be how to recover the damages. But it's not. Your
It's a
concern
Christian
is
attitude.
how are you going to interact with her? How is this going to affect her? How are you going to do this in such a way that it only hurts her in certain areas where you think she deserves to be hurt? And it's like you shouldn't even
Yes,
have your mind on that, but you're
because
obsessed with micromanaging her own life for her.
no, because the way I affect her is not me micromanaging her. It's me micromanaging my own actions.
Well, if you were doing that, you would have fucking stopped like a year and a half ago.
Well, like I've already explained to you, I would have stopped a year and a half ago. Matter of fact, that Kumite challenge was going to be it. She didn't accept it, and she didn't comment. She didn't do anything like that. That would have been it. That was my last resort. Right? I publicly called her out on the Kumite. That's nothing much else I could have done. So that would have been it. But instead, she finally chose to respond to it, and how she chose to respond to it was to make up a lie. What was to was discredit me and reveal information about me that really people shouldn't reveal about people to people. She talked about something that was extremely private to me, about how I got molested by my teacher in the 5th grade, and how that's somehow disgraceful because the child got abused, and
Where
it's a
did that
child's
come
fault.
from? Where did she say
That's
that?
she said it in the same sense about me being a serial killer.
What?
Yeah.
I don't remember that. You have a screenshot of it?
I mean, I have it in a file
I
somewhere
know
on my
you do,
computer.
motherfucker. Send me that over Twitter or on
Okay, I
Discord.
will eventually, but it's a lot I have to go through and stuff. I mean, it's what?
Take your time. Take your
Okay,
time.
all right,
Just
I
find it.
send you. I mean, it's gonna be a moment of silence while I concentrate on this, though. I mean, you don't want another dead air Diogenes, or something on those lines.
Dead air die. Just dig through it. I'll find something to entertain chat.
Sounds like a lot of air to me.
I'm playing the song. Read chat while it's quiet. All right. Okay, say something, chat. Quick, go. It'd be better if he had an archive than an easily doctored screenshot. I guess I can try to beat him to finding his own.
That'll be embarrassing.
Margaret's belly, Twitter.
Wait a minute, I can't send you anything because it says now I wasn't in your server or something. I guess I am in your server now, so never mind.
Let's see. Don't think that.
Did you see I sent you the DM.
Where did you send it?
I sent you the DM on Discord.
All right, so okay, I remember this. This doesn't look. Hey, Margaret's Belly. I hear someone wants to challenge you to the Kumite. If you're interested, DM me. Hey, man, I love the show, but I'm being challenged by a guy who impersonates me, harasses me, lies about his job, says he lost his virginity to his high school teacher, uses his adopted mom's credit card to send me gifts, lives 17 minutes away from the bodies of 4 women that were dumped.
I mean, you see, that don't seem like a joke to me. Maybe I'm just too simple.
Okay, from her perspective, keep in mind, because again, you take this really personally, and yeah, I can kind of see why. I'm not totally unempathetic, but at the same time, like from her perspective, I think you were the most vocal of her critics, right? Like
yeah, I have it. Yeah, I would say that. Yeah.
Okay, true. Most vocal of her critics. Now, keep in mind, you got other people like Elbear, right? You got all these other creepy weirdos that you don't even talk to, that you've never met, who were doing shit to her. And I think she assumed, and probably not unreasonably, that you were everybody doing anything to her. You know what I mean?
I mean, there should be a certain amount of, I don't know, a little bit. I mean, a little bit of evidence should be provided that I had something to do with it before she says this so publicly next to a internet figure like Failure. I mean, this is pretty a pretty big sledgehammer statement.
Yeah, but like again, from my perspective, I have lots of stalkers, and one in particular, something happens. Like he uses 10,000 different aliases, but I'm pretty sure it's him. And I empathize with her suspicion, because when that shit happens, it's hard to tell, because you get people using a bunch of stock accounts, a bunch of different names to hide blame, and I guess she just assumed that you were fucking with him or fucking with her in all these different ways.
No, I've never done that. And if she would have, attempted, if she would have came off her high horse for a few seconds, a few moments, and and asked a few questions to a few individuals, not even me, but a few individuals that she does talk to.
You have a stalker. The last thing you want to do is interact with them, because look, she says one tweet about you, and you've justified everything that's happened after this tweet based on this one tweet. I was trying to explain something, Josh.
If she has a guy that was a Patreon that she's a pretty good friend with. This isn't revealing anything much about him. Another one is Manly Chicken. Manly Chicken was a good friend. Was a acquaintance of Margaret's, and another guy named Nemo. If she would have went to them and she would have said what was going on and asked a few questions here and there, she would have determined that it was not me, because I talked to Nemo a decent amount. Me and him talk a lot.
But again, if you have a stalker, the last thing you want to do is communicate with them. Is that once
but I didn't say communicate with me.
In any kind of no, not just communication in the sense that we're talking right now. I mean, in any kind of communication. If you acknowledge they exist, like she acknowledges you exist in this one tweet, everything you've done based on after this tweet has been, in your mind, justified by this tweet. So because the one time she acknowledges you, it's fueled the fire for an additional year and a half. So no, if you're being stalked, don't ever, under any circumstance, talk to the person stalking you, because it will fuck you, even if it's just through intermediaries.
Well, I mean, there's an issue with that, right? If the individual that's constantly messaging you or keep on, let's say harassment, right? Harassment is determined by the individual that's being harassed. So I can, you send me 2 messages, I can consider that harassment, right? So harassment. If the individual that is harassing you has legitimate arguments, has legitimate complaints, and proof that he can use to show that he's right, then he's not going to just go away, because he's not about. Let's see. Oh, not another meme.
It's a good one though.
Oh, anyway, it's not about having her reply. It's about revealing the things that she's done. You see what I'm saying?
But you've been at this time you were contacting her, right?
I was leaving messages underneath her tweets to tell other people.
And you're talking about how what we haven't even touched on is that
Did you see that picture with the computer, the tweet I tweeted with the computer image?
No.
It's on the Kiwi Farms article.
What am I looking for?
It's the one with the image of inside of a computer.
Margaret, you realize that the gaming PC project was for a purpose, right? Not a tip, but a gift with a purpose, and that purpose being making higher quality videos and giving you the ability to live stream and play games like Overwatch again, so we could watch. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So this message was underneath Margaret's tweet, and the reason it was under Margaret's tweet wasn't necessarily just for Margaret. It was also to explain why I'm so upset. Why this is an issue for me. To me. Okay. So I showed her computer. This is a computer that she worked on that day, right? And I showed explained why I'm here, why I'm messaging underneath the tweets, and why I've been around exposing her as much as I have been. It's not just to get a reply from Margaret, you see.
Okay, but so I think we didn't cover the fact that how you said that even if you were on bad terms, you would still watch all of her videos.
I beg your pardon?
Like at this point, there's clearly an issue, right? Where she's not communicating with you and you're unhappy about it, so you're tweeting that she needs to start streaming again. Like if she started streaming, then you would still watch all of her stuff, even if she didn't like you.
Actually, I said the opposite in the stream with me and you last time, if you remember.
Oh, well, that's right. Thank you for reminding me, because that's even worse. You said that even if she went back to streaming, you wouldn't watch her stuff. You just want to know that she's doing it.
Yeah, because I know she's keeping her word.
Do you not see how that's so fucking creepy, dude?
I guess in a certain context it can be.
It is creepy in this context where you're saying I'm going to spare her this lawsuit because I don't want to affect this parts of her life. I just want to affect this parts of her life, and then I want her to stream. I'm not even going to watch her stream. I just want to make sure that she's streaming because that's her fulfilling her obligation, even if I'm not watching it. And it goes back to me talking about how you're trying to micromanage this fucking woman. Like you want her to do these things, you want them to do it in a certain way, and you're gonna spare her on these details, but you're not gonna, you're gonna go after her on these details, and that's justified because of the principle of the matter. That's based off of this tweet from a year and a half ago, and it's just like it would be so much better for you to say fuck it and go back to snakes, like that. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see how that appears to other people, and how even if in some sense, if you took the facts of the matter and you looked at them and you weighed them and you said, okay, Margaret did a wrong against this guy, even if that were the case, because of how you talk about this and how you present your case to people, it looks like all you want to do is control her life. Do you understand that? Do you know what I mean?
I understand what you're trying to get at. However, you can't equate 1 hour of her time as her entire life.
Oh, sure I can.
Okay, especially
imagine how this would work in any other context. Imagine if somebody said you're gonna you're gonna go stand on the street corner and hold up a sign for an hour a week. You know what I mean? That's not freedom. When somebody's forcing you to do something, even if it's an hour of your time a week, it's still, you're being compelled, you're being forced against your will to do something that you don't want to do to appease somebody who is not in your life and who you don't want anything to do with. That is.
What's the scenario again? Can you repeat that one more time?
Imagine somebody said that you're obligated to stand at a street corner holding up a sign. Just being compelled, and he's like, I'm gonna keep exposing you. I'm gonna make sure that nobody gives you money unless you stand on the street corner holding up a sign, right?
If that individual is something like, let's say a Taco Bell employee or something, and part of their job is to go out there and hold that sign.
Taco Bell. Margaret can't quit you. She can't say leave me alone.
But she did quit all these. She did quit us. She quit us without keeping her word.
But she's eating shit for it because you still fucking go after her. She can't.
I still go, but Okay, but
Imagine if the guy says, "I don't want to stand on the fucking street corner. I'm quitting. Sorry, Taco Bell. I'm gonna go work for Wendy's because they don't make me do that shit." And then a year later, this fucking manager from Taco Bell is going on the kill stream, going, "Fucking Jonathan didn't hold up the fucking sign. I hired him. He knew that people have to hold up the sign, and when I hired him, he knew that's just fulfilling his obligation. Then he quits. I have to fill the slot. That fucking Jonathan motherfucker left me high and dry. He didn't fulfill his obligations. He didn't fulfill it's the principle of the matter. I don't even need him to hold up the sign anymore. It's just the principle of the matter.
I'm glad you brought that up, actually. So what you're saying is that your employer was depending on you to keep this job going. So when you gave him your word that you're going to do this job, and you didn't keep it, now that the employer is stuck with that empty job position, and he could have spent that time looking for someone that was more qualified and was going to stick to it. But instead, you're the one that went to it and said you're going to do it, and you just left him high and dry. That's not right.
Yeah, no, I would agree. That's not right. That's a bad thing to do. You give your 2 weeks notice, even if it's a shitty job, because you don't want to burn bridges. You might not know, like that guy might need you for something, and you might need him for something later. You don't burn bridges. I agree. But at the same time, that act of leaving somebody high and dry like that does not justify the manager going on a fucking crusade. Like if the Wendy's calls up the manager of the Taco Bell, say like, "Hey, have you employed this guy? You have any problems with him?" He's like, "Oh yeah, he quit. He was a no call, no show one day. He didn't want to do his job." Like that, that's okay. But like going out, like doing all the shit you've done for as long as you've done it is just creepy, and people would agree that it's creepy in any other context. They agree that it's creepy in this context.
I mean, I'm willing to accept it looks creepy, but I still believe that the things that I've done were justified, because the things that she done was justified. It was justified responses to things that she's done.
All right. I have somebody who wants to talk to you. Easy.
Hey, Kenny. How's it going, buddy?
Happy Hanukkah, my friend.
Happy Hanukkah to you, John.
Hey, happy Hanukkah.
Listen,
you don't seem very happy about Happy Hanukkah, Kenny.
I've never really never had a Hanukkah, to be honest. So,
well, you're gonna celebrate now. Listen up, buddy. Listen up, you Viper violator, you Python penetrator, you Cobra cuddler. Why did you at me a few months ago to ask me to write an ED article about Margaret?
I beg your pardon.
It's okay. You're forgiven. You're forgiven. You fucking boa constrictor
again,
restrictor.
So people can hear you. Say it again. What did he ask you to do?
By the police. Let me tell you something, man. I've never someone just gotten a traffic ticket in my life. Whole truth. You feel free to look me up anytime. Call the Robertson County Sheriff Department if you like, and ask them, have they heard about Kenny Jones? And they'll tell you, no, they have not. They have never so much as seen a piece of paperwork with my name on it. And have
they heard about you at a petting zoo?
What?
I'm just asking. Have you ever touched any of the snakes at the petting zoo? I'm just curious.
I've donated snakes to the petting zoo so people can look at them.
I'm sure they were already too traumatized.
And other reptiles and amphibians. As a matter of fact, I mean,
Please tell me more about the snakes. I enjoy listening to that part.
Josh, what kind of individual
is
this?
Are you talking to
really?
me or to him? We're both called Josh.
Oh well, the only one that's named Josh for Discord.
No, he's the guy you talked to when you tried to get the ED article for Margaret. And
Yeah,
just
let me-
people
I-
missed it
let
'cause I
me-
had an audio issue. He said that Kenny said in Discord that he was being investigated by the police, according to Easy Peasy.
I wasn't being investigated by no police. Like, come
you
on
told
now.
me you can't write the fucking article about her because the police are looking into you because she complained to them about you. And that's why you
I
need
never
me
told
to
the reason
write the fucking article, and you would not
No.
leave me the fuck alone.
Guy, let me. The reason I told you I couldn't write an ED article is because as well I'm autistic and I can't make a joke worth anything, and ED is more of a joking website. So I couldn't make it. I couldn't make it funny.
Oh, so that was just our little inside joke that the police are after you about this.
I never said anything about the police.
You clearly said that you cannot write
If
the
I clear-
article
If I
because
clearly
you were stalking
if
her.
I clearly to prove it, what's a screenshot?
I was fucking banned from Twitter.
It was.
Yeah, you. When I was one head and she about she one head, you jump into my fucking DMs and you start telling me all sorts of shit about her, about how I should write a fucking article about this bitch. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I think I actually do kind of remember something along those lines.
Oh, now you're starting to remember. Jog that memory, buddy. Jog that memory.
I mean, there's been a lot. I thought you were talking about the Kiwi. I thought you were talking about the Wikipedia Grammatica Discord thing.
Yeah, you got kicked out of there too because you're a fucking spurg.
If you say so. But yeah, I do remember talking to someone about that. But I didn't say anything about me getting investigated by the police. I can tell you that right now.
No, that's pretty much exactly what you told me.
No,
you told me
not what I told you.
You're already in some sort of legal trouble for your interactions with her, and you can't write yourself. You need me to do that for you.
I mean, but once again, I never said anything about the police. I mean, if there was an issue with that, I mean, it's easy to look that up.
So clear it up. What exactly did you tell me? What was the reason? It was not that you can't make jokes. That was not what you said to me. Tell me what you said to me.
Well, one thing I would have said to you was something along the lines of, I would like someone to write the story about what happened that's unbiased and what doesn't know the story, right? If one of the other reasons I wouldn't want to write a story about Margaret is because I would be extremely biased and I already know my side of the story.
It hasn't stopped you from talking about her until now.
But that's not me making a story.
Okay, keep going. What other reasons could there possibly be for you not wanting to write this yourself?
I just told you why.
That wasn't the reason you told me on Twitter.
Well,
keep going.
You keep saying that's what it's not what I told you, but yet you have the instant coincidence you can't get into your Twitter.
Unfortunately, I can't. You can look up my old Twitter and you'll see that I'm fucking bad.
Well, it's not my fault. I didn't do it.
Yeah, but if I sign back in, then Twitter recognizes me, and then they'll ban my new account.
Oh, so listen to all these different circumstances going on here. I mean, here I am. You say all these things I said, and all the things you claimed I did, but you don't have a shred of evidence to prove it.
Motherfucker, do I seriously need to start changing my IP and shit to get into my Twitter? It's like 12 at night, but I will do it.
Oh, would you listen to this?
I'll dig that. I'll dig that shit up for you later, okay, Josh? I promise I'll dig it up.
Isn't that adorable? Go to bed. It's time to go to bed.
But okay. Okay. Let me talk to you for a second. You fucking Viper violator. What the fuck is wrong with you? You brain dead retard. Do you understand that this bitch is dying? So what happened here is that you went to Patreon and you wisely invested your money in an internet thought. You threw your money into the thought hole and now you want something in return because you're fucking autistic. The bitch is on her fucking deathbed. She will be dead in like 10 years. You want her to spend years that she has left wasting her time streaming for you because you gave her parts of which, by the way, she for it. She had an Amazon wish list, and you, of your own accord, got a bunch of people together and got that shit for her. She did not ask you to go above and beyond, and she does not owe you anything. So what you do is you stalk this poor dying woman, and then you go on streams and you ask people to harass her for you, and you go to people's DMs on Twitter and you tell them, "Hey, write the slanderous article about her." This other site also write the slanderous article about her. Okay, sorry. Thank you for correcting me. You snake-licking piece of why don't you jump into a pit of fire and try to
your VPN on? You can even go into your email, because I get email notifications for PMs, and take a screenshot of your.
I mean, I'm letting you go on and on, but basically what I'm hearing is a bunch of name calling and no evidence.
I'm not impressed. I want some evidence too, motherfucker.
God, I really don't want to get this fucking Twitter account.
Well, you do. I can't. You let me know when you get that evidence. Easy peasy.
Oh.
I'll be waiting.
That's a good point.
All right. This guy really wants to talk to you too. Cyber Archbishop.
Wait, I'm one at a time. That's all I can say.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Can I be heard?
Yes, you're fine.
Hey, so Easy Peasy is fucking a stuttering faggot. He should shut the fuck up. Josh, you're fucking moral fagging. There's nothing wrong with thought patrolling. You're fucking arguing in circles. Kenny didn't do shit wrong. I'm not Nog. I'm not defending this Nog either.
Yeah, you fucking.
But he did nothing wrong. He did nothing
hold her
wrong.
down and rape that.
What did he do wrong? What did he do wrong? What did he do wrong? He didn't do anything wrong. He paid a few $100 to get a video narrated, and that's it. Like, well, that's not it, but that's the main part. But that's nothing. It's easy. It's throwaway money.
He fucking followed her for a year and a half to try and force her to do streams against her will, bro.
So, yeah, he was holding a gun to her head. He was like forcing her to grabbing her by the fucking throat, forcing her to do this.
No, but he was harassing.
You're a fucking moral fag, bro. I mean, I thought this mad at the internet. I thought we were gonna be talking about somebody else, but you had to bring this guy on who did nothing.
You're the worst fucking Nazi ever. What happened? What happened to protecting the beauty of white women from Zambo menaces, motherfucker?
Okay, listen. That white woman is not in danger from fucking Kennedy. Her life isn't on the fucking line. I don't care about a fucking no mercy for e-thoughts. I don't care if they're right wing. I don't care if whatever the fuck they are.
Well,
so
thank you for emboldening.
So either way, Kevin did nothing wrong, and you can't prove
his
that
name
he did
isn't Kevin.
Wrong.
You dipshit motherfucker. Get the
or
fuck
Kenny,
out of here.
whatever.
Kevin, fuck off.
Kevin.
Here's Manly Chicken.
I guess I'm from Ed and Eddie now.
Oh shit, I'm on. Fuck.
Hi.
First of all, I disavow completely. I am not a member of Kenny's weird stalker whatever bullshit.
Oh hey, man. Remember the plan we did a few minutes ago? You're with me, dog. You're with us, yeah.
So I just wanted to say that I don't think, even if Margaret is an e-thought or whatever, I don't think it's not your position to say to other people, hey, don't waste your money on this idiot. Or like, it's your position to say that, but it's not your position to force her off the internet so people can't make that decision on their own. I didn't do that. No, you're going online. You're saying you want to make it so she can't make money online anymore from that specific thing. You're saying, hey, other people, I know what's best for you. I know what's best for Margaret. I know that you guys shouldn't be able to give her money. She shouldn't be able to use her titties to get free money or whatever. And you 100% want to fuck her, by the way. That's why you're saying she's a 9 out of 10. That's why you're posting shit replies to her saying about her tits. Even if it is just one time, it's definitely on your mind.
Let's not bring up this nonsense, Manly Chicken, because if you want to, we can bring up the past, and it won't look good for you.
You mean how I was fucking unfunny on that live stream? I mean, she let me on that live stream to co-host, and she never let you co-host.
What the fuck?
Yeah, back in the day.
Because I turned her down. Yeah.
I don't think that's true. So back in the day, back in like 20 whatever, back like 2015, 16, 17, she started this like thing with me and a couple friends that I still talk to called Straight Talk, where it was just dating stuff, like dating advice for like right-wing people. And I was on a couple of those streams. I was like one of the first guests. So I guess that's where Kenny's getting you're this insider guy information from. When I really haven't talked to Margaret in like a couple of years because she's fucking terrified of everybody now. Because she's been driven off the internet by this guy who's calling.
Manny Chicken.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. All right. So one, I'm not the one that drove off the internet. She was leaving the internet long before I started doing any of this kind of stuff. Now, me and you, but you should know that you were a long time follower of hers doing, and you should know that she was doing less and less and even more less and less content, as time was going on. You should know that. Now, isn't that right, Millie Chicken? I mean, come on.
I don't even remember that shit. But all I'm saying is, if I got a text message from some random dude I never heard of saying, "Hey, this guy has paid me $100 to collect all of your information," and then like showed me my own docs, I'd be fucking freaked out. I'd be like, "Oh shit, this guy, he's out to get me." And
I would be too, and that'd probably be the same conclusion I would have if the same individual didn't say he's going to do a lawsuit against me and why he was getting that information.
Well, it doesn't matter if she said that. I don't think she's
litigation can be used as part of a harassment campaign. People can, because that's like if you want to really get at somebody in a way that they can't ignore, you sue them. Like that's what happened with Russell Greer suing Taylor Swift. Is that she has to reply to those lawsuits.
If you really wanted to give her a lawsuit or serve her or whatever, you would have gone through a lawyer first. You would have researched it instead of instinctually going after the internet or whatever, who you gave some sketchy guy that you gave a few $100 to. If you really want to go after her and sue her or whatever, just go to a lawyer. But you don't go to like a sketchy dude and say, "Hey."
Let's compare you and me. All right. So I've never once made a public comment to Margaret.
Oh,
right. You, on the other hand, have multiple times made jokes about wanting to have sex with that hole in her stomach.
Yes, I've made many jokes because it is very funny. Look, Margaret is hot. She has nice titties. If she came over to my house and said, "Hey, let's fuck," I'd fucking do it. Well, if I wasn't in a relationship, that is.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to explain that out of the two of us, you're the only one that has ever shown signs of being romantically interested in Margaret. Okay.
Number two. I disagree with that. You said she's a 9 out of 10. And you made jokes about her.
So I say someone's 9 out of 10. That's equivalent to saying, "Hey, baby, like nice tits," huh?
No, it means that you're at the very least romantically attracted to her, want to do something with her. If I say somebody's a 9 out of 10, that means I'd totally fuck her.
Chat's pointed out, and I agree that's different. Kenny, you sound jealous of the fact that he's had like close contact.
Yeah,
it's true. I'm very jealous. Another thing is the reason I say that he's pretty much an inside man was because they had him and Satchmo, that's another guy, and other people basically had like a private Twitter hangout and stuff with Margaret. And if I call, you were complaining about because she abandoned it and something of those lines.
Yeah, because she was getting freaked out because people were sending her shit to her address. Like she got this one package from this guy. I don't know if it was Kenny or not. I don't think it was. Where he said that she just got this random, like, she's been getting postcards from people that she hasn't given out her home address, and she's been getting postcards to her home address. So like Kenny isn't necessarily the only person who drove Margaret off, but he's definitely a huge contributor.
Yeah, like that Elbear guy wants to fuck her stoma too, and Kenny has no idea who he is. So I think it's a collective of people who, even if they're not working together directly, they're definitely involved in trying to fuck. And yeah, that's why I said, Kenny, like you gotta take. I know you're autistic, but you gotta take moments to empathize with people. Like why would she say that? Because it's probably happening. It may not be all from you, but you're the most public critic.
There's this like thought experiment that they give like 5-year-olds or like even earlier, where they say, okay, Jim and Kelly, or I don't fucking know, Kelly has a cookie and she leaves the room, and then Jim puts the cookie under a little bucket, and Kelly comes back. Where is she gonna look for the cookie? And if you're like a little baby who doesn't have reasoning skills and doesn't have a sense of self, you're going to stay under the cookie or under the bucket, or you're going to stay under the bucket because you'd assume that everybody has the same information. You seem to think that Margaret has a complete understanding and the same view of the world as you. And what I'm saying is, from her point of view, she got sick, or maybe she like wanted to take a week off or something, or had a reason, and then she comes back and this dude starts like going after her personal information, trying to get into her shit. And even if it's not, even if like you don't think it's true, she might think it's like, even if she did like say, okay, I'm not going to do this schedule right away, or I'm just going to fuck off the schedule. That's a very minor thing compared to going after her and like trying to find out where she lives, writing, paying for some people to research shit and write and voice a video and edit it. You know,
Re-uploading all of her
And
videos
what
so that
is-
when she
but-
DMs
but I
it,
mean-
you can talk to her through the YouTube system. Like that to people is creepy. King.
What?
That's why you get shit
Wait a
for it.
minute. Wait. I'm not the one that sent. She's the one that sent it to me.
Yeah, no, she sends you a DMCA because you've re-uploaded all of her shit.
I mean,
You
What
don't
I'm
have a
saying
legal
is-
right to republish that, even if you.
We're-
even if you
we're
could argue
getting
that
at
you
that.
have a
We're
legal
getting at-
right
You've
to view
spent
it.
more time. You spent more time and effort trying to get her to do shit than you put in just like spending that money on her like fucking computer parts. If you
That's
took
not
the
true.
time that
That's
if you
not
took the time
true.
that you spent like researching this shit, writing your stuff, sending whatever at like a minimum wage job, you'd have more than enough money to pay back or to get your investment back on her PC parts.
You can't use that line of argument because he just says it's the principle. Like every time you mention about cost loss analysis or sunk loss fallacy, tell him like he just says the principle every time.
Well,
It's not the principle.
I didn't say it this time.
You did not. You've been.
Even if it's the principle.
Specifically have avoided using the term, but last time you said 8,000.
Well,
Even if
I'm
it is
trying
the
to make
principle of the thing,
Yeah,
you've
but-
gone way overboard, dude. Like,
yeah,
if you just
Manly
said,
chicken,
like,
manly chicken. I've let you talk. Now give me a second. All right.
Okay.
You say I've gone overboard in certain situations. I agree. Okay. That's not in dispute here. All right. Now, I'm not suggesting that Margaret doesn't have other individuals out there that's way more extreme than me. Right. And I'm not suggesting that she should acknowledge of their existence, just like Josh said. But what I am saying is if you have Patreon supporters and you have individuals that actually fund your content to the point where basically it wouldn't exist otherwise, not only because of the money people get through Patreon, but because the machine you use to make that content, it was built and was supported by individuals from your fan community, then I think those individuals have a certain amount of a right to see those videos. Now, Margaret has taken down this thing what Josh didn't say. I've archived and re-uploaded videos because Margaret, for unknown reasons, took down all of her videos for no reason at all. The reason she gave was because YouTube, she wanted to take a moral stance against YouTube. However, she's more than content to do a live stream with that woman on YouTube. So that's another inconsistency and lie.
No, okay, because that's for a different audience. What's the thing that she's doing now?
I haven't really kept up with her.
Well, what's her? She's not doing it for herself. It's not her own stream, right? She's just co-hosting.
I mean, she's the one that said that she doesn't want to have anything to do with YouTube anymore because she wants to take a moral stance, a principled stance. However, right? And yet here she is on YouTube.
You're a fucking stalker on it.
How am I going to
even if she is being disingenuous and just saying that because she wants to pretend like she's making a stance, it doesn't really matter because the effort that you've put in and all the shit you've done is completely disproportionate to what she's done. If you
it isn't.
I do want to get to other people, but Manly, I have a question. Is she single?
I don't even know. Probably.
Next time you talk to
I
her,
think she's
ask
trying
her
to
if
save herself from marriage.
That's fucking gay. But ask her if she wants to come over to Ukraine because she's pretty hot.
She is very hot, even with that second butthole. See ya.
Oh Lord, really?
Here, I want to talk to a chick. Irva mom.
Oh, Hak Sameach.
Привет.
Happy Hanukkah, guys.
Oh Jesus, I hate to say that.
Happy Hanukkah. Please hand me some shekels.
So I only got one question. Hypothetically speaking, if we were to forget everything that happened and imagine that you are Margaret's brother. And
Oh
someone
Lord,
else,
please, anything but that.
well, and someone else is doing all that stuff you did to her. What would you, as a brother of Margaret, do? Or what would you say to your sister?
That's actually an interesting question.
You know what he's gonna say, right? I know what he's gonna say. I can answer that
What?
question for you because I know what you're gonna say.
Okay, go ahead and answer for me.
You're gonna tell her to do the streams because that's what you want, and you can't recognize how other people feel about this.
No, I'm trying. It's difficult for me to put myself exactly in the position of a brother, because brother is family. Brother is someone that grew up with her, and so on and so forth. So if Margaret make her out to be, he would know the family. Brother ever would know it, and so on and so forth. Right. So it's kind of difficult to put myself in that kind of position. If I was her brother, I would tell her to get off the internet. Period.
Yeah,
Because I'm her brother, I would want her to be. I would want to take all precautions necessary. I would to keep her safe, right?
yes.
Regardless if it's true or not. It's just it's better. I would willing to risk if it's true or not to protect my sister.
Right, because even though it may not be a 100% proven critical risk to her, what she's seen and what she's endured is scary, right? That's why you would want her to get offline.
I as a brother, like I said, I'm not all that interested in how much merit is in truth. If it's 1% chance, I wouldn't want her to be at risk. I mean, that's family.
But
that's
it's a greater than 1% chance because she's getting contacted without asking for it. To her people. Like,
yeah, but there's never, as far as I know, and I've been subscribed to Margaret and followed Margaret on Twitter since August 2016. As far as I know, no individual has ever threatened her in any way. Okay, there's never been a time. Mainly Chicken said something about postcards being sent to her house. I'm pretty sure that's never happened. She got postcards sent to her post box that she told everybody to send stuff to, and that guy, that who sent her postcards, by the way, he basically he said he asked her if he can pursue a relationship with her, if maybe he was a truck driver. So if he can pursue a relationship with her and stuff, and she said no, and that was it. But as far as I know, he's never sent that information to her address. He was a big member of Margaret's fans and Patreon.
Well, again, this is only the people that you've talked to and what you've heard. But
I understand that, but we can't just assume.
He did
we can't.
But you can't, because he's saying that she told him that people were sending shit to her address.
But Josh, the thing about it is we don't really know if that's true or not.
So you're just calling her a liar, is what you're saying?
Yes. After calling me a serial killer, after saying that I lied about my job, after saying that I paid with my mother's credit card number, after saying I'm calling her a stone cold liar. Absolutely.
No. You said that you paid with your mother's credit card.
I said.
You said that you paid with your mother's credit card because you didn't have your own credit card and you just gave her money to cover the costs. You told that.
No, I didn't say I didn't say that. I didn't say because I didn't have a credit card. I said because my mom and dad are basically computer illiterate. And I used their credit card through Amazon because we share the same account. Yeah. We just
Yes, that's what you said, that she said she lied.
I don't buy her gifts like that.
Then what? I don't even know what you're trying to say. But you said it when we brought this up last time. You said that she got that because the card you used did belong to your mother. You just paid her back for it.
Yeah, it's that part's somewhat like I said, but yes, that's true. However, I didn't buy. I'm not out buying her like love gifts or whatever. Like I was saying, like I don't just go out and buy her gifts like that. The things that I bought was computer related.
Right, but it would have been on Amazon, and it would have shown you or shown her the name of the purchaser.
I guess you have a point.
I'm just saying, like that's an instance of.
But that the serial killer thing, and
she didn't flat out call you a serial killer. She said these are the things that happened. I think this is from this guy that lives in this town with his active serial killer. That's what she said. I
still call her a liar.
You can call her whatever you want. Everybody else.
Actually, I can call her a liar because she didn't keep her word on the things she said she was going to do. There's multiple different streams, multiple different things she says she was going to do that she flat out either didn't do because of legitimate reasons, or but 75% of them she didn't do because she didn't for unlegitimate reasons. She has lied multiple times in the past. So on and so forth. So I mean, like if you want me to give you some more evidence on her lying and stuff, that's something that's difficult to prove because her lies transcend like just one website. It goes from Twitter to Twitch, and she says something on Twitch, and it says something on YouTube. It's really difficult.
Talking about shit that's fucking happening to her, dude. That's what it sounds like. Like I don't know her, but that's what it sounds like. Because I talk about shit that happens to me.
Well, if you give me time, I will show you a list of lies she's made and prove it to you.
We can't do that. We have to go on. I think people are getting. I'm getting sleep.
Yeah, I'm getting sleep. I mean, you don't thinking. All right, whatever. All right.
Okay. Well, thank you for your answer. Sunset.
Oh, we're going getting kill stream up in here, huh?
Sunset. It's just the common link. I don't know how to say. I don't want to take everybody. Sorry for people. This guy was begging her. Loon. Once.
I didn't think there'd be people actually wanting to talk to me. I don't know what's with this.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if they just want to yell at you or what.
Let them yell.
Okay. Kenny, this
hello.
You both were in the wrong at the start of this argument that you had with Margaret. You lost a couple of bucks to Neathot. Dude, just move on with your life. This is like not worth it. This is coming from a normal person. This argument you have with her, it's quicksand, dude. It's quicksand you have fucking stepped into. A lot of people are throwing you a rope to like get you out of this shit. God bless Josh your soul for fucking doing this shit to this, but fuck's sake, dude. Get on with your life. This is so not worth it.
But like I was saying, I've oh no, not the feet picture again. Yeah, what was I saying again? Oh yeah, I have ended. Like I said, at that video, I've pretty much put an end to all this stuff. I'm only on this stream right now because to see if I can get Josh to at least alter some of the things that's on the Kiwi Farms page to be more realistic. That's what the hell is that?
Fuck's sake! What do you mean you're over with this? This shit goes away if you
I don't even remember me doing that.
You don't engage it with it if you're over with it. You just stop and it goes away, dude.
I guess I did do that, didn't I? Huh.
Well, there's one person. Thank you. Like you're not gonna get to him. I've been trying to get to him.
Look, I understand. I'm done with this. I'm not making me more videos. I haven't been messaging her on Twitter. I mean, what more you want from me? What more? I mean, I'm done.
Trying to get on to again. Thank you, Deborah. But
last thing I'm saying that look, Kenny, people are throwing you the rope to get out of the fucking quicksand, and you're just tying a noose. If you don't get if this doesn't get through you, dude, I'm sorry, you are gone, and that's it. Nobody can do anything about this. Fuck. Sorry.
I appreciate your advice.
That's it.
But haven't you been trying to get onto the kill stream to talk to her?
Yeah, and matter of fact, here's another thing I want to publicly say. Ralph, you're a coward. A lying, good for nothing coward.
Margaret, and he doesn't want to give you a platform to talk for
And
2.5 hours like you've been doing.
Coward. Here. He's the one that said he's the one. I don't want his platform. I challenged him to somebody else's platform.
Well, he doesn't want want to give you any power.
He's a liar. He's a bum. Margaret, okay, I take that back. He's not a bum. He's a hardworking man. But he's still a liar, and he's still a white knight for Margaret.
Well, he is friends with her, which is why he doesn't want to give you an amplification to attack his friend.
It doesn't matter if he's friends with her. If she's done something wrong,
then he should that he has to come talk to you so that you can get more.
If he says he's going to do something, he should do it. Yeah, it's called keeping your word. It's called being a man and keeping your word.
I mean, if I cared at all about Margaret, I wouldn't be talking.
Oh hell, Negro Joe!
You don't understand the principle of the matter. I just want to suck Margaret's colostomy hole like a caprice.
I can't hear you, Negro Joe. I can't hear what you're saying.
I gave because Kenny has me muted because I make fun of his stupid ass all the
time. You have him muted?
I think I do, but it was from Ralph. It was from Ralph's.
Well, he said you want to suck the shit out of her colostomy holes. True?
Yes.
Oh, okay, here it is.
I can confirm.
Okay, Nigga Joe, try talking now.
Kenny wants to suck Margaret's colostomy hole like a Capri Sun bag.
Well, that's instant speculation, but you had no proof to prove it.
Are you saying I have no evidence to prove that you want to suck her colostomy hole?
You have no evidence that alligator needs a toothbrush. That's right.
What?
Is
that like an Indian saying?
No, it's from Waterboy. It's like the alligator's on it because he's out of his teeth and no toothbrush.
Kenny, you should not be quoting Waterboy. You're really testing it there.
Hey, I'm just giving them what they want, man. They want me to be Waterboy. Hell, son, they're not.
All right, was that it, Negro Joe?
Yes. I just wanted to let everyone know that Kenny has told me and several others in private calls that the reason that all of this started is because he asked Margaret to send him a used bag, a colostomy bag, because he wanted to stick a Capri Sun straw in there and suck it dry, but she wouldn't do it.
Evidence.
He's been scorned by this denial of that colostomy bag because it was one of the Patreon goals. If you send a certain amount of money, you get a free colostomy bag, and he didn't get it. So.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, Kenny.
Thank you.
Stop asking for that colostomy bag.
See you later, buddy.
All right. There's lots of people waiting, but I feel bad. I don't know if I can.
Hey, let them on in. I don't have anything to do.
Fine. Okay, hold up. Everybody join the free for all.
Oh shit! Long enough have we suffered under the oppression of women. We have reached a new age of man. An age of man where women have become obsolete, and we shall together against these thoughts.
I would really love to stick my poisonous snake inside a Margaret.
I stand with.
Okay.
Where's the body? Where's the body?
Margaret is gonna die because I'm gonna strangle her with my. I'm gonna wrap it around her throat.
Okay. My mama said, real nice. My mama said, real nice.
Easy peasy, yeah. Unfortunately, I can't get into my
You're a Jew, easy. You're a Jew.
What have you done, Josh?
What have you done?
Happy Hanukkah.
I personally think Margaret would look good stripping with the boa constrictor around her.
I want to
Yo,
stick my
add me
penis
on
inside a Margaret.
Instagram. Add me on
Just want to know how
Instagram.
you're doing, Kenny.
Add me on Instagram.
Stop fighting us.
XD, add me on Instagram at cool.
Add me on Instagram. Follow my private Snapchat.
Get yourself easy,
This
Pete.
was a mistake.
Follow my private Snapchat.
If women do not have plenty.
I've made mistakes, guys. Sorry for subjecting you. Now we're quiet. Quiet. I think that's all I can stand.
Dang. Kenny did nothing wrong.
Oh geez, I accidentally rejoined. Be gone. Okay. I have to recombobulate. Oh wait, I'm gonna rejoin again.
We're probably telling why he didn't do it.
God damn it. Okay, no, that's over. The dog days are over. Why are they all in at the same time? I wanted everybody to. What could I hate? You fucking half-wit retard. Why? You know, it's all about having fun. It's all about having fun. You think you'll get out of this with a simple apology? Those are all the voices in Kenny's head. Oh, geez. Is it Erver? It's Erver. What should I do? It's been 2.5 hours. I only meant to stream. Every time I try to stream for just an hour to talk to people, to have a little bit of fun, it never goes as planned. It all shits itself like immediately. Oh, jeez. Okay. Let me find a song. I'm tempted to find a Jewy song. I could just read chat. Let me check through super chat. See if there's anything. Monarch W. Shock the monkey. Oh, that's a racist joke. I'm like, what the fuck? What monkey? What are you talking about? Oh yeah, apparently the Discord's he's still in there arguing with people. Be gone, Kenny thoughts. Oh fuck, hold up. I forgot one thing. I have to correct this. Hold up, where is he? Kenny, wait, hold up. I got a question for you. Did you die? He might not. Is he not going to connect? I'm butthurt. I just wanted Kenny to say, as a final farewell, I'm a pay pig. I just wanted him to say that he's a pay pig, but don't read super chats, Goy, Forbes. I don't read them unless they're funny, because. Like, you donated twice. He said, please kick this idiot. I guess you're referring to Kenny, but Kenny's funny. This is a real-life Discord experience. Soundbite. Fuck Josh. I don't know. People seem mad. Let me just find a nice clip. Oh, you know what? Fuck this. We didn't finish the fucking... We didn't finish the video. Silly me, I got distracted by Kenny.
For her and her growing fan base. To the disappointment of many of her Patreons, Margaret was unable to maintain her video schedule. She failed to publish the many YouTube videos she promised, but in some people's eyes, she made it up by live streaming more often. However, this disappointment was just the beginning for the community, as Margaret failed to uphold the many promises she gave to her Patreons and fans. To her fans' disappointment again, Margaret eventually stopped reading her Discord messages, and she slowly began to split off from her fan base. Her video content declined from there, leading to just a single live stream a month sometimes. Margaret's fan base came together. They were worried for her health and well-being, considering her history in the hospital and the recent removal of her lower intestine. However, the constant Discord messages did the opposite, apparently. Margaret deleted her Discord channel suddenly in September of 2017. She claimed she deleted it because many Patreons became increasingly nosy, treating her like their girlfriend. or acting as if they were her manager. Her YouTube channel was next to go. She deleted all of her videos in protest of YouTube's unfair practices toward creators. She complained about being demonetized by the video giant, putting her videos up on Facebook and VidMe. R.I.P. VidMe, you will always have a place in our hearts.
Jesus Christ.
Margaret became more and more disconnected from her community, angering her small fan base that had given her the funds to begin her internet career. In November, Margaret held her last live stream. Since then, she hasn't released any new videos or hosted any new live streams. She still hosts a small website, blogging about current political events and the such. Her fan base wanted answers, however. One of Margaret's Patreons really wanted answers and challenged her to Blood Sports, a live stream debate featuring 2 debaters and 2 moderators. The fans asked Margaret to participate, giving them the answers they wanted. That's when things really went downhill. Margaret vehemently refused to accept the Bloodsport challenge. She rebuked her challenger, accusing him of harassing and impersonating her, using his own mother's money to send her gifts, and even suggesting he was a serial killer because he supposedly lived near where several murdered women were buried in the last year. Hey man, love the show, but I'm being challenged by a guy who impersonates me, harasses me, lies about his
hear him
job,
cracking up.
says he lost his virginity to his high school teacher, uses his adoptive mom's credit to send me gifts, and lives 17 minutes from where the bodies of 4 women were dumped in the last year. Margaret. For a lot of people in the small community, this was the last straw.
For a lot of people, aka
Margaret's
fucking Kenny.
claims resulted in the Bloodsport challenger being suspended from work without pay, after complaints from some of Margaret's followers began piling up against him. The way Margaret treated her challenger, who was once a big fan of hers, was a real sign of who she had become. They give to you, and this is how you give back? All they're asking you for is a 5-minute hello on Discord and a 30-minute live stream. That too much? Stefan Serdick. And some people online write me every day as if I am their girlfriend. I have good reasons to be less fully interactive. Margaret. A few fans talk to you too much, and that's why you can't give the rest of them 35 minutes out of the week, and you're the victim here? Stefan Serdick. While Margaret calls for better morals in our time and age, perhaps she should begin by following better morals herself. Margaret has not kept to the promises she made to her Patreon nearly a year ago. When her community came to her with supportive questions, she lashed back out at them, spreading rumors and damaging one of her fans' life. And in the end of it all, she acts as the victim, because a few of her Patreons may have treated her as their girlfriend, or had acted like a manager to her. With Margaret split off from her community so much, it's hard for her original supporters to get in contact with her and ask her to return to her original promises of creating videos and live streaming every week. Her originally promised schedule was very ambitious, so just restarting with a 1-hour live stream every week should be fair. Her fans deserve to get something in return for giving her the funds to jumpstart her internet career. Yes, Margaret McClenna had a difficult life in 2016. However, she did heal, she did make promises, and she did start an internet career that she promised she would continue. That's why her Patreons funded her. They were told they would be given more content. The Patreons didn't get as much content as they were promised, and when they even dared to ask her about it, they were attacked and harassed by her. Ironically, she claimed she was the one being harassed. All in all, Margaret's actions are unacceptable and just disappointing. As a right-wing voice on the internet, she should live by the standards she calls others to live by. She wants better morals in society, then she had better realize that she's a part of society. When you put ethics secondary, you're more likely to do it half-assed, and that's unethical. But impulses rule. Margaret. This video is not aimed to attack or insult Margaret. It is simply her original community of supporters asking for answers and trying to get back in touch with
Oh yeah, you see how it awkwardly cuts out right there? That's the part where you know what? Did I hold up? I know for sure that I archived this when it just came out. Hold up, where the fuck is this? Okay, give me a second. I promise I'm gonna open this in media player. Window capture. Window capture NPC. There it is. So far, so good. I've not boomered this up yet. Transform, fit the screen. Can I do this without fucking it up? Are we there yet? 9:45. No.
of supporters asking for answers and trying to get back in touch with.
How the fuck does nobody have a copy of this original video? That's crazy. Okay. All right, what do you want?
I have a copy.
You have it where I can access it?
You have a copy of the video? Of course I do.
I mean, can you send it to me?
I don't know. That was a very rude thing you did. I
don't care. I can tell people what it was. It basically just said that Margaret shouldn't abandon them or
don't
something. It was really creepy and really creepy.
It doesn't have much evidence to support that. I don't know. You guys don't want to, you know what I'm saying?
I don't need fucking
Yeah, I'll
evidence.
send it to you. I'll send it to you.
Of course you are, because you don't want me to tell people what it is without it just being.
Look, I told you I sent it to you. I mean, what do you want from me? I mean, dang. I'll send it to you. I want to thank you for letting me be on your show, right? And give me a chance to speak out and at least give me an opportunity to address some of these issues on that Kiwi Farms article, even if you will or will not change anything. I appreciate it.
No worries.
And that's all I want to say.
Okay.
Good talking
Before
to you.
go,
If you don't mind,
can you
will
say I'm a
send,
pay pig?
You're not Jim.
Yes.
I don't do things like that.
Come on.
No.
Come on. Say I'm a pay. You are a pay pig though. You pay pig like a lot of money.
No. I paid. I also get to kill stream. I mean, come on.
So what? I mean, you gave her $500 plus.
I didn't give her $500 plus.
You said that you said before you gave her a ton of shit. It wasn't just the PSU that was $200 by itself. It was a bunch of other shit like audio foam.
Well, they didn't cost all that much. I don't think.
You said it was over $500 or something.
Yeah. I hope that is. I wish Ralph was here, and I would tell him he's a coward if he was.
You already said that.
That's pretty much all. I just want to make sure, and just in case he is here. That's all I have to say, and it's good. It's been good. It's been fun, and I will send you the unedited video so you guys can have a little chuckle. How about that?
I'm almost done. You're not going to say that you're a pay pig, even though it's kind of true. I mean, don't you pay pig for that? Oh yeah, here's another thing I didn't even mention because I forgot about it. Weeks and weeks later, after the first time we talked, he sends me this video from this other woman, where she's a little bit upset because in one of my videos I made fun of somebody who had some kind of chronic illness, and she made a video basically saying that I didn't do enough research. I didn't know what I was talking about. Well, Kenny sends me a link to this video that I had seen, and I'm thinking, how the fuck did you find this? Are you just looking for videos of people shit talking me? And he says, no, I've been on her Patreon for fucking like a year. And I'm like, her videos get like 50 views. How the fuck are you her Patreon? And then he says, oh, she was a co-host with Margaret. I'm like, oh, so you're pay pigging for all her friends too and watching her friends' videos. And then when one coincidentally says something about me, the very same fucking day, you're sending me a link to this video because you fucking watch it.
Yeah, but the thing about it is when Margaret was doing the co-host, when she was a co-host with Margaret, Margaret told her audience to subscribe to be a Patreon host and support her content, and that's what I decided to do it. Because at that time,
Kenny, you fucking retarded faggot. Here I am. You've been talking all this shit. You wanted me. Here I go. What's the deal?
I thought you were in that chat there, Ralph. What are you doing here, you knucklehead?
You were talking. You wanted me here. Here I am.
Yeah. I also.
I just got my Christmas tree today. Normal people are thinking about the holidays, not obsessing over some retarded 2-year-old Patreon
I'm not gonna
beef.
out yell. I'm not gonna out yell you, Ralph. We're not gonna play this.
What are you doing for Christmas? Are you gonna have put your presents under your Margaret shrine, or like how are you gonna celebrate this year exactly?
No, that was last year, Ralph. I don't do that.
Oh, okay. You got a new female to obsess over this year. Who is it this
year? Her friend is now like I sent her a PM. I sent her a PM on Twitter like, look, if this fucking guy offers to buy you anything, say no. Do not take. Doesn't matter what the fuck it is. No matter how much it costs.
Well, what's funny is Kenny. He supported me on Patreon. Congratulations, I do appreciate that. But I put out a Patreon. I put a Patreon message out last week. Kenny, no joke, wrote about 1,000-word reply about all this on my Patreon, and I was like, dude, I don't want to hear it. Whatever.
Actually, it was more like you getting exposed and you want to delete it. That's it's true. It's true.
Okay,
because
expose me.
It showed you lying. It showed you not keeping your word. It showed you being a coward. It showed a lot of different things.
I don't want to talk about the Margaret thing that you've been obsessing over.
No, because look, you're the one that said that you were willing to talk about this issue on a third party channel. You said that, not me. All right, I'm just trying to
leave me alone. Can you?
No, gosh, Ralph, come on.
My titties are not as big as Margaret, so I'm not sure how much mileage you're gonna get out of obsessing over me. But
you have 2 holes, not even 3. At least Margaret has 4.
Ralph, just look. All I was asking is for you to keep your word. All right, that's it.
Okay, well here I am. What do you want to ask me exactly?
I just want to talk to you about the video. I want to talk to you about the video.
The video was cringe, Kenny. You shouldn't have made it. You spent too much money on it, and you should just drop it because it's stupid.
Why is it stupid? Why is it stupid?
Why are you obsessing over this? Do something else with your life. Jesus.
I do something else with my life. You don't know me.
All right. Okay. Well, I just know what you put out on the internet every single day, and it's
I don't put out this every single day.
You try to hit up all these people to write articles. You try to hit me up to write articles.
Hey, do you want to? Hey, that's a good idea, Ralph. Do you want to show? Why don't you go ahead and show the people what I said to you in DMs? That's actually a very good idea. Go ahead and take a screenshot of everything I told saying to you in the DMs and show it right now.
That's what I said. You tried to talk me into
it's not. No, it's not.
Well,
show it.
I don't have control over the stream, Kenny.
Go ahead, send it to Josh.
I don't even know what your Twitter is anymore.
Oh, BS, Ralph.
Okay, give it to me. What's your Twitter?
Oh, that's all I need.
This is precisely why I didn't want to get into this, Kenny. But give me.
I send you a DM so you can find it really easy. And I want you to.
I see it. I got it. I see it right now. Okay, I got it.
That's what I thought.
No, how about this? How about this, Kenny? Oh Jesus, you will not believe. Oh my God. Oh God. Okay.
And don't forget. I had the same thing. So if you alter something, we'll know it.
I know. Yes, we'll know.
Mr. Mundane Matt.
No, I'll read it. It's very long. Should I just read it, or it's up to you, Josh?
Send me a screen cap, and I'll throw it up.
Okay, let me try to do a print screen. Let me try to do a different type
or
of.
Kenny, if you want to send me a print screen, you can send me a thing as well. I'll put them side by side.
If I see any alterations, I will send it to you. No problem.
I'm just gonna send it. No edit, nothing. I'm gonna start off. So he did message me some before, not about the Margaret stuff, but before I even went to jail and stuff. But I'll start. I think it was April maybe when he started this up. Okay. See, Kenny, this is why I didn't want to do this, because
Let's do it.
It's pointless.
No, it's not pointless. No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Why are we even talking about this?
Because you showed up.
Oh, God. And that's why I didn't. Oh, God.
Wait, Kenny, you're the only patron for that woman? You're the only person.
What?
You're the only patron for that woman.
I wasn't at one time. I must be the only one left. I just,
okay.
I Patreon people, and I leave it. I mean, there's lots of people on Patreon too that just aren't really, I just don't think about it too often. To be honest. I mean,
How many people do you pay pick for, Kenny?
That's irrelevant to this conversation.
Oh god.
all I will say is it is a mixture of gender. That's all I say. Hey, I'm
There you go. There's the unedited screens. I don't even know what's in them all because I didn't take the time. I just
You should have
screenshot.
looked at him, Ralph. You should have looked at him.
No, I don't
I
care.
got it up on the screen. I'm just gonna scroll really quick. Holy fucking shit!
No. Don't scroll too fast. Everybody read it.
Oh, this is from April 19th. I just saw a post where you talked about being a neutral moderator. I know you would be interested in the thing for an immensely smaller internet dispute. I know your time is valuable, especially right now, so I'll be willing to wait for a more opportune time. If interested, please provide me a quote for this type of service. You're trying to pay him?
I thought it was his channel, so I was going to ask him to do something special with his
And
time. so I
also
was gonna
tell
pay
him
him.
how you tried to pay me in the patron chat in the Discord. You're like, oh, I'll pay you, set it up. Of course, Margaret's not interested anyway, but that's beside
I
the
couldn't
point.
care less about that.
Okay.
Okay, and then he asks you what kind of thing that you're moderating. He says this dispute is between me, Margaret McLennan, and the rest of her supporters, linking to building a gaming PC on Valentine's Day, which I guess is her stream of her putting her computer together.
Yep.
And he's apprehensive now. He says, "What's this beef exactly?" Because I think he knows her. Do you know her
Yes.
by this point?
Yeah, I've known Margaret for a while. Yeah.
Yeah, he white knights for a lot, so he knows her.
Well, I've never given her money. Let's just put it that way.
Nah,
or
but
bought
you
her.
just-
I've never bought her a computer or obsessed over her for years.
You
and
just
sent out tweets about how luscious she
banned the
looks and
topic.
How I didn't submit.
Let me talk, Ralph. Come on, Ralph. Let's not have a yelling contest, Ralph. Let's not have a
I
yelling
was speaking
contest,
first,
Ralph.
you
Come
fucking
on.
retarded Bobby Boucher, fucking
Oh
brain dead
no,
faggot.
name calling. Oh, I'm dead. Oh gosh,
No, you were the one trying to interrupt me.
Okay, go ahead, Ralph. Go ahead.
I'm saying I didn't buy her a computer. I've never given her one single dime. So I mean, yeah, I've known her, talked to her for years. I would consider her a friend, but I would say you're way deeper as far as obsessing over Margaret goes.
And so what you're saying is you're highly biased, right?
I mean, I've always said that she was a friend of mine.
Okay, and so
So why do you want me to host the
ask?
debate? Just read the DMs.
I
Just read
didn't-
the DMs.
First paragraph.
Wait a minute, I wasn't finished yet. I'll let you finish.
Okay, let him finish. Also, show this, Josh, too. What about you? Oh my God. Go ahead. No, go ahead. Keep speaking.
Okay, thank you. What I was going to say is clearly you're biased, but at the time I didn't realize you were going to white knight so much for. You know, the only topic that's ever been banned from a Patreon stream, Ralph, was the Margaret topic, Mr. Free Speech. The only topic that was banned from Discord was the Margaret topic, Mr. Free Speech.
Kenny, I don't know if you realize this. This stream is my stream. We'll talk about whatever I want to talk about. The Discord,
That's not what you
point
said
of
to
fact-
Patreons.
Point
That's
of
not what
fact,
you said to
it's
Patreons. You said it was up
Discord,
to Patreon
too.
supporters.
And the reason I don't want to talk about it is because it's devolved into this. Do you not realize every single time you try to bring this up, which is all the fucking time, it devolves into the most autistic thing ever when everybody with a brain says, Kenny, just move on. Kenny, just move on.
Okay, to recap what you sent me, this is in a still active tweet from Margaret that's on Twitter, replying to somebody named Virusense, sending her that screen cap of Kenny reviewing her "Please be patient, I have autism" cap on Amazon.
Yeah,
I
show
didn't
the tweet that she quotes.
I didn't even know she did this.
Well,
no, you mean
Nobody-
you did it?
Did
Okay,
what?
So this is
What'd I
the
do?
original review. This was published on November 3rd, 2017. Don't bully the autism. And it's a okay. I thought this was a hat she was selling. No, this is a hat that says "Please be patient, I have autism." But he's posting her picture onto Amazon as part of the review. And
Yeah, so she put out that as a joke, like making fun of Kekistan.
No, she didn't.
And then-
No, she didn't, Ralph. No, she
Okay,
didn't.
I don't
Come
care
on.
about Kekistan.
Okay, yeah, that's a completely serious photograph there, Kenny. Yes.
No,
that's
but the
completely
flag,
serious. Yes. No, you're right. You're right. I retract. That's a completely serious photograph. I retract.
Yeah, that's right. Yell over me. That's how you win. That's how you win a debate.
I'll just agree. We'll just let the chat decide. That's a completely serious photograph.
Oh, niggas. Okay, listen. Okay, so just put that in context. He puts her picture, like this is in November, so this is way after shit's kicked off, onto the reviews on Amazon for this hat that says "Please be patient, I have autism." She sees that because somebody sends it to her, and he recognizes her, sends it to her, and she says, "I'm done." This is on. This is a full year later. This is November 28th. This was recently.
Yeah.
So she's just saying like, look, this shit's still fucking going on. People are still seeing this shit. And then she links to a different review, customer review from Kenny Jones. Don't buy. I'll tell you why. I got this recliner for my birthday on October 2017. I already need a new recliner. I have no pets. This chair stays in the same place. The only one that uses it. Both of my arms show extensive wear. Why does she include this?
Because he's a knucklehead and she wants to look me up.
Because that was funny.
Yeah. What was funny about it?
Oh, it's just funny to me.
Explain
subjective.
Explain the joke, Mr. Bias. Go explain it.
I mean, you're a Spurg, seeing you write about
Explain. What?
Why don't you explain? Why don't you explain the stuff that you wrote me in a fucking mile-long DM thread?
Well, yeah, let's get back to
DM
that.
thread.
I'll set this aside. No, DM. He's referring to what's on the screen from Twitter.
Okay, all right.
Okay,
I'm looking at it now.
So this is from April. In the first paragraph, you say that she called Milo out for not paying her for the privilege grant, which was a scam, as far as I'm aware. At one point, the video quality was so bad doing a live stream that it was named the Spooky Cam. Margaret had posted on her Patreon that all the money would be going to the parts for the computer. So for the reasons I'll not bore you, I came up with this idea to give the remaining... Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You rallied her patrons together to each buy one part from her Amazon gift list, right?
Yeah, because it was a PC project. Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm the White Knight. Yeah, okay.
And then
wait a minute, I wasn't defending Margaret. At the time, she was...
That makes sense.
Yeah, but no.
No, you're right. You're right. I concede. Yes, I'm the White Knight. Yes.
Wait a minute.
I just
now.
rallied a whole list of people to buy a bitch a computer.
At the time, Margaret was you're interrupting me, Ralph.
No, don't worry. I concede, Kenny. I concede the point. You don't even have to. I conceded it. You don't have to go into it.
Okay.
So after Margaret,
like I was saying, the reason people were willing to donate to Margaret was because she just lost her job with Milo and didn't get paid. And she was saying, she was in out of hospital and she had substandard technology and stuff to do the content she wanted to do. And so, somebody had always suggested, but I basically brought it up that, hey, if each of us get one computer component, she would have a functional working computer, right? And so we got her this laptop because she looked like a person in need and that didn't have many things going her way at the time. Now, that's different from white knighting because I'm not defending Margaret. I was aiding someone that I thought needed help.
White knighting, in other words.
No, that's
How many
not
men
defending.
have you done that? How many men have you done that for, Kenny?
2.
What?
Name them.
That's as far as we're going to go with that conversation.
I don't believe you. Prove it.
Look, I don't have to. I mean, Ralph,
you made an assertion. You don't have any proof. You're spouting bullshit.
Prove it. You made a claim, and I corrected you, but I don't have to. I mean, this
So you're lying. In other words, you're lying.
Donations are personal,
Ralph. Tell me who it was. Show me the receipts, or else I don't believe you.
Ralph, after banning me from Discord, honestly, I really don't care if you believe.
You have no evidence.
Okay, all right.
But we do know you bought a bitch a computer, and not only did you bought an expensive part for the computer and rallied a bunch of other people to buy her computer. But
you don't think as a friend of hers, you should say thank you.
I don't care. I don't have anything to do with her computing power.
I mean, you should. I mean, it helped her out quite a bit.
Okay.
I mean, you're a friend of hers,
I have a lot
right?
of friends. I don't go around and try to make sure they all have sweet computers. I mean, that's up to them.
I didn't say you did, but I'm saying if someone goes out and helps out a friend of yours that was in need and it was in a desperate straits, I mean, if I was you, I would say thank you.
So I should thank you for white knighting for Margaret. Is that what you're saying?
I didn't say that.
No, you're welcome. You're welcome, Kenny. Thank you for white knight for Margaret. I appreciate you doing that. That was
I didn't say that, Ralph.
That was very chivalrous of you, Kenny.
Continue, Josh.
Okay. Okay. So after Margaret got her computer, not a single week went by that she did what she said she was going to do when she got a new computer. Admittedly, some of the things were out of her control, and the original planned amount of content was a little too ambitious. She made less and less content over the next 3 months, giving very little to no reason why. In fact, she was of the opinion she shouldn't have to explain herself, which to a point she was right, but all we asked for was a general reason, not all the personal details behind said reason. Over the next few months, she became less responsive, and by the end of September 2017, only 3 videos were made, and all streaming had completely stopped. No one expects a select few Margaret would even reply to on Twitter, herself being one of the few. There are more details, but I really tried to keep this as short as possible. I have evidence to prove that what I say is true, and I'm more than willing to go into more details of my answer or answer any questions you have. Thank you for your time. Linking to that tweet that you made me pull up earlier. My newest feature in getting Margaret to address the issue. Ralph says, I don't know. I'm not sure I can actually help you with this one. By the way, I don't know what I could do. He says, I need a neutral third party who Margaret respects enough to reply to their messages and also take the position of moderator for either a public viewable live stream or a private live stream so that the issue could hopefully be addressed. Well, you know, Kenny, like right there, it's like you say you don't even want this to be on like the Ralph retort. You just want somebody you know who can get into contact with Margaret to do so on your behalf, which is the behavior of a fucking creepy stalker.
Yeah, but Josh, you need to take this into a little bit of
nigga, there is no
context.
fucking
See,
context for this shit.
This was April. Lots of things have changed since then.
Yeah.
Okay. So this was a time when, you know, as far as I knew, there wasn't all this, you know, confusing. Oh, he's a stalker and he's, you know, a danger to me. Blah 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 blah. Right. This was before all that. So this is a different. This is Kenny talking about in a different context of a relationship than the one that you're referring to.
But the behavior of trying, like, okay, you look again, you're asking her or asking Ralph to get into contact with her on your behalf, and the especially the part about the private live stream, like you just want, like, what the fuck does that mean?
The reason I said
a little private show, in other words. So,
yeah,
but the reason I said private live stream
into contact with you.
Private.
Yeah, but the reason I asked for a private live stream is because I didn't want to, you know, basically show her dirty laundry, right? I didn't want this to be, you know, too far out that. And
you know, every time we call you on something, you always twist it to be for her benefit. Well, why didn't you see her?
But that's the reason.
I didn't want to ruin her life. Like,
but that's the reason. I mean, I'm telling you the honest truth. I can't do nothing but judge truth. I mean,
but you're clearly not looking out for her best interest because you're doing this shit.
But just because I don't want to ruin someone, or I'm trying my best to take it, you know, basically take it easy on an individual, you know, at the time I thought, you know, could have a legitimate reason for not doing something, doesn't mean that I'm not going to, you know, speak up when I think they're doing something.
Well, we've already been over how I feel about that, Lennon.
Okay, I'm just telling you how, you know, my reasoning behind it is, you know, I don't, you know. Just because, you know, all the things that Margaret has done to me doesn't mean I want to mash the nuclear button on her career. It doesn't, you know. It also doesn't mean I could do it. You know, for those who say you couldn't do it, it doesn't mean I could do it. But I'm just saying, if I could do it, it doesn't mean I want to do that either. You know, to me, even all the nonsense she did, even, you know, I don't want. The reason I helped her to begin with is because she's a person in need. I would rather not put her back in need again.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, anytime we bring this up, you're just like, well, I'm doing it for her. I'm concerned about her. You're obviously not. That's just how it looked. The second part of this message, I would like you to know it's against my nature to be in the public eye. In fact, my original plan was to buy the needed computer parts and take a step back so I could watch them be put into use by someone who, at the time, I believed to have potential to make awesome content. The reason I brought this up is I wouldn't normally request help in calling someone out if they didn't truly believe some type of closure was needed for the issue. That's another word that you've been avoiding this conversation. You said closure about 100 times last time we spoke.
Yeah.
Did you get closure?
This definitely isn't closure. That's for sure.
I thought you said after the video you'd have all the closure you needed. That's why you were going to go through with it no matter what.
And that was exactly the discussion I wanted to have with buddy Ralph here.
Yeah, you saw how long that lasted.
You didn't. So you're saying that you didn't get closure, is what you're saying?
I didn't get closure.
You told me, you affirmed to me that this was the best thing to do because it would give you closure and you would move on after that. And you're already back, and you're saying that didn't need to be closure.
By the way,
but-
I'm gonna jump back on in my car, so I'll jump back on the call in just a second, but I'll be driving. Okay.
Just ping me.
All right.
But yeah, you told me for 3 fucking hours that this would give you the closure that you wanted. It didn't.
Yeah, and I honestly thought it would.
I
Okay.
told you
I
that
mean,
it wouldn't, and it would just reaffirm
Yeah,
your
but I
obsessive
didn't.
behavior.
You've been wrong before, haven't you?
No, nigga, I'm not. I'm always
Yes,
right.
you have.
Everything I'm telling you is the fucking truth. You need to listen to me. All right.
Yeah, man. You look.
Ralph's not
the
here,
way
but
she-
we'll keep
this-
reading this one.
Yeah, go ahead.
He says, what is it you want me to
Did
do,
you see
though?
that third party neutral thing? See, I wasn't asking Ralph to do a hit piece. I was asking Ralph to look into it because I thought he was a person that looks into stories in an honest fashion and to give what he thought to be the truth. And I was incorrect about that. I didn't want a hit piece. I just wanted a fair assessment of the situation.
You wanted to get into contact with her. The private live stream, like, what the fuck is a private live stream?
I didn't really mean a live stream. I was basically saying, me and Margaret talk, but be it recorded so there won't be no misunderstandings later on about, oh, he said this or she said that. You see.
Okay, so he's asking, what is it you want me to do, though? Ask her about it. I don't think she's going to do a live stream on it, to be honest. You say, to me, asking for people to invest in a tool so that you can provide them with content and then neglecting to do so is an issue that should be called out. I have tried, but Twitter doesn't offer a good outlet for explaining details and providing evidence exactly from an insignificant Twitter account like mine. I know she's a longtime friend of yours, and I understand if that's the reason you would prefer. Oh, so you knew when you contacted him that that they were friends for a long time.
And but once again, I thought he was a person how can I explain? A person that can be somewhat remain unbiased, like search for the truth. That's the kind of individual he was in Gamergate.
It seems to me that you contacted him because you knew he could get into contact with Mark.
I contacted,
and that's why you wanted to
him.
get into contact with him after the video came out, because you knew that anything that happened with him would get to Margaret somehow.
Not really. What video are you talking about? The one I just made?
Any of it. Anytime you're trying to talk to Ralph to get to Margaret.
The reason I got back in contact with Ralph again was because he brought up my video on his kill stream.
Because I told you that would fucking happen.
But
what did you think it would happen?
And the issue I had about that is, you bring somebody, you debut someone's video on your stream, but you don't have them on to talk about it. He had Mundane Matt on when he did the same thing with his video.
But he knows that you're after Margaret, and that having you on just lights the fucking fire up under your ass. This shit's I'm gonna call it right now, because I'm always right. We already went over this. You're gonna be at this shit in 2020. You're gonna be at it for the next year. You're gonna find new ways to be mad at her. She's gonna this tweet she just did, dumbest fucking thing I've ever seen anybody do. Margaret is a dumb bitch for tweeting this shit out, because you've got it. You've got your tweet to go on for another fucking year. Like, remember when she tweeted this out and then went on my Amazon to look at my other reviews, and now she's stalking me. She's the real stalker. She went on my Amazon account and looked at my other reviews.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Oh, this dumb nigga is gonna. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm gonna drive a fucking stake into my forehead. Oh, I see Ralph. Ralph.
Yeah, what's up, man? I'm in the car now.
I guess you didn't hear what this guy said. I said this Margaret tweeting this shit out's the dumbest fucking thing she's ever done, because now he's going to go into 2020 talking about how she's stalking him, going on Amazon, looking at his reviews, and he's like, "Yeah, exactly." So
yeah, it sounds like pretty good. I mean, you said that was going to happen, so I said, "Hey, man, thank you for helping me out."
Kenny, why don't you just do something else, man? I've said this forever. Like, can't you do anything else? Like,
I do. You don't. Once again, you don't know me.
I mean, you have an impressive amount of autism. Just think if you focus that on something worthwhile.
I do, but thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it.
Well, you haven't seen it because you're not in the reptile industry.
Okay.
No, I mean,
he said, okay, just an injection. You said reptile.
Did you say I'm not in his industry? Is that what?
No, he said you're not in the reptile industry. But to me,
okay. No, I'm not.
Because of his accent, it sounded like Reptar industry. I'm just thinking of the fucking Rugrats and Reptar.
That would be kind of cool. I mean, Reptar was awesome.
Now.
Yeah, people
Hey, they
in
had,
chat
they
heard
had
it
that
too.
green
They heard
stuff in the
Reptar.
middle. I mean, I always wondered what that was, that green stuff in the middle. But never
What green
mind.
stuff?
That's another story. There's in the middle of reptile bars, there was this green stuff. I always wonder what kind of
Is this like a candy that they sold that was Rugrats themed or something?
No, on the show itself, the reptile bars
On the
had,
show, they had the chocolate bars. I don't know if they ever actually sold them.
Oh no, they did. Holy shit!
They gave them. They also at the let's see, was Nickelodeon theme park plays as well.
This looks fucking good. That looks
Yeah,
like
you
some
see?
mint chocolate. I would eat the
green
fuck out
green
of
stuff
this.
in the middle.
Yeah, I'd eat this. It looks like it's mint flavored. You know? Tongue. It turns your tongue green when you eat it. How fucking cool is that?
Yeah, exactly.
Good shit. I'm nostalgia tripping now on fucking Rugrats. Or anyways, I know she's a long time. Oh, this is what I got to that I got on a divergent. I know she's a longtime friend of yours. So when he contacted you, he knew already that you were friends with Margaret.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing. He's talking about, I want an unbiased moderator. He already knows this is my friends. Like, what is he doing in the first place? Really, what he wants is somebody that can get him more contact with Margaret. That's what he wants.
No, the reason I was using you in this example was I figured if you could look at the evidence, and if I was correct, right? If I was correct, and then you looked at evidence and you were able to see the truth in the evidence that I thought was the truth, then clearly I was right. If a friend of hers was able to see the truth, then I was definitely right. And I was hoping that you would look into it, and basically I was testing out my theory.
Did it work?
Okay.
It didn't work because Ralph didn't take the story.
All right. Well,
Because there's no story, Kenny. That's what I. Even if I believe, there's nothing there. Like what? I don't understand. This is not a
woman cheating 32 individuals. A woman, making promises making promises, about content, about her being sick when she wasn't sick, and so on and so forth. To me, that seems like a story to me. I mean, you made a story to you was a fight between Margaret McClendon and Lacey Green on Twitter, and that was a story to you. So to me, this is definitely a story, level in my book.
Two Twitter chicks with big tits fighting on Twitter. I mean, yeah, of course, everybody.
They wasn't showing their tits. I mean, it's just a Twitter account, Ralph.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, I have a pretty good track record with what's a story, and that it just doesn't. There's just no. There's no pop to it.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. All right, continue, Josh.
All right, so
I'm on the way to get these Christmas lights, Kenny, and if I'm late and end up missing my Christmas lights tonight, I'm never gonna forgive you because they close in 9 minutes.
I'll pay.
Took time out to come on this fucking stream. I'm even talking to you in my fucking car right now.
And I appreciate it, Ralph, and I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Take a shot of liquid courage and slam on the gas. You can make it.
Yeah.
I'm literally weaving in and out of traffic. I'm on probation. I probably should chill out.
Chill out, motherfucker.
Yeah,
it's just Christmas tree lights. All right.
No, it's cool. They won't do anything if you get a traffic ticket. I'll just have to pay a fat ass fine.
All right. That's the reason I prefer not to be involved, but people were lied to, abandoned, and borderline scammed out of money. Is that enough of a reason to pique your interest as a writer? Margaret.
Hey, I actually did say that. Huh? That's nice.
Tweet from Yes.Margaret. Some give me thousands of dollars so I can buy a PC that doesn't overheat and better camera for streamings. That's like a joke tweet she put out. Like, someone give me thousands of dollars. That's like a hyperbole. Like, I say that. Chat, send me super chats so I can ship my fucking computer from the U.S. The fucking glow niggers, they got it hostage. Help me out.
But the reason I took that as not a joke is because she's made other comments in the past about how much money and stuff she gets, and those wasn't actually jokes, right? So the reason I say that is, the comment that it was referring to wasn't the context that comment was given wasn't a joke, and I have other tweets that can substantiate my claims on that one.
It wasn't. People are still calling me a white knight. It's like I don't care. Like, this is the position I hold that I think Ralph holds. It's like I don't care what happens to Margaret.
You're both white knight.
It's bizarre.
No, if you did, look, Yeah, you can't. So for some, and now I think some people are joking around, but there are others like anytime you defend any female
Any
position,
woman,
like it
yeah.
automatically makes you white. Yeah, it's like okay.
Yeah, but the reason they call you a white knight, Ralph, is because you banned the topic on your Discord, you banned the topic on your Patreon stream, even though you said it's up to the Patrons.
I didn't ban it on the Discord. I said I don't want to talk about it.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Bring it up.
Your wife, your wife.
You talk to everybody
Hey,
about it.
Ralph, your wife and Zidane both banned that topic on Discord. They pulled me in a special room to yell at me because of something.
They said we don't want to hear about it because you've been talking about it for months straight. It's weird.
But I didn't. But I wasn't. I was only talking about it when people asked me about it.
But people
literally try to hit people up in DMs to like tell them.
No,
the
I
story of
didn't.
Margaret and shit. Like, it's
No,
weird.
no.
Yeah,
They
you
asked me. They asked me about it, and I tell them about it.
Why did they ask you about it? Because they're talking about it nonstop. Okay, all right, okay, whatever.
I mean, you ought to jump in. You ought to jump into the VC once in a while. You see what I'm talking about.
Well, people are making fun of you because you're an insane person, Kenny.
I beg your pardon.
People are making fun of you because you're an insane person.
Well, it's fine with me. I've always been.
Okay,
insane.
look, no, you're using. This is circular logic. You go into a public area, you act like an insane person. People start asking you questions. When people start asking you questions, you say, "Well, people are asking me about it, so I got to talk about it." Like it's circular logic.
No, I mean when I say people
that's
ask me
literally
about it,
circular logic. That's
but
literally what it is.
listen, this is something you need to understand. When I'm sitting in a VC and I have my mic turned off, I'm not doing nothing. I'm not typing. I'm not doing nothing. And you got people that hop in, especially to talk to me, and especially get me to talk about Margaret. To me, that doesn't mean that I'm bringing up the topic, right? That has nothing to do with.
But people bring it up because that's what you're known for, because you talk about it nonstop.
But if I'm not talking about it, it's not my fault they bring up that topic in conversation.
They know you're gonna spurg out about it, Kenny. That's why they bring it up.
No, I don't always spurg out about it, Ralph.
Okay, well, I've yet to see you not spurg out about it.
Yeah, I've never once had a conversation with you that was not about.
You've been known to turn a blind eye to many things, including the doxing going on in your server.
Okay, I don't.
That wasn't in his server. That was
in his server. Don't go. He was in his server. I have proof of it.
Okay.
Oh,
well,
okay.
doxing is against the rules of the server.
And Discord itself too. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know what to tell you. I'm only responsible for what I do. If somebody's fucking with you and they post
actually, Discord says you're responsible for your Discord. Actually.
Okay, well, I don't give a fuck. Delete the goddamn Discord. I really don't give a shit.
Well, go ahead and do it then. It's not my problem. I'm like kicked out.
I don't care. You act like I care about this Discord. I mean, it's a nice place for people to call in and talk, but
all right.
So what if they delete it? I don't give a shit.
I mean, I'm just telling you how it is. You saying well, it's the rules of this.
I'm telling you how it is.
Well, speaking of the Discord,
you have rules against doxing, so
Dr. Roxo wants me to ask you about the doubloons, Kenny.
I beg your pardon?
Tell me about the doubloons.
Oh, okay, yeah. Roxo came up with a term doubloons. Because I collect rare coins and stuff like gold coins, platinum coins, and stuff, and that's like a hobby of mine. And I was talking to him about. He asked me one day, like, "What are you up to?" I said, "I'm just looking, checking on some coins and stuff I might be interested in, some red shekels, right?" And that was basically it. So I collect coins and stuff like that.
He says you resell them.
Yeah, I also I do sometimes resell them by I get a set, so you can buy let's say you can buy a coin of 2016 in 2016 and 17 when 17 comes and 18, and if you sell them all together you can make a profit. And I was just telling them how on the side I make a little change, selling coins and stuff in sets instead of individual coins. You see.
Okay, let me continue with this. I didn't really. You said I didn't really answer your question in my last reply. I apologize. What I'm requesting is a live stream with Margaret versus me, and maybe. Well, this is now with versus you. It's not about answering questions. Versus, and maybe having on some of her online supporters and friends for context. So you're asking for.
There we go. So it's not private no more.
Right, but you said again, this is mostly about getting you into contact with her, and you can get some backup maybe too.
Yeah, but some backup. I was just want to invite the Patreon supporters. I mean, to me, they're the key in this issue. I mean, you know.
Okay, and or maybe a small story. So this is just having him write your hit piece for you.
It's not a hit piece.
Basically,
It's not a hint piece because if you look right above this, the comments you just previously read, it says I want a third party to remain unbiased and not telling my
I'm
truth
running
nor
in
Margaret's
Lowe's.
truth.
I made it with 2 minutes, Kenny. You better hope I get these lights.
Run, Ralph, run.
Okay.
I'll be back.
Okay.
Okay, so I honestly don't have many ideas about how I should proceed. All I know is that I need to find a way to do something. I'm willing to take suggestions if you have any. Thank you for your time. Ralph says, I don't think she'll do a stream, and as for a story, I mean, it's not really something I would normally cover, plus it's my friend, and I think she would have a different response to all this. Not shitting on you or anything, just saying. You say, I understand, thank you for considering it at least. Would you have any suggestions as far as what I should do to get this issue addressed? Ralph says, I mean, I don't know, to be honest. I'm not sure how you could resolve it. My suggestion would probably be to move on and find another game streamer you like and support them somehow, but maybe there's an angle I'm missing. I don't know. You say, thank you for your time and patience. He says, you're welcome, man. Sorry you're having this issue. Me too. Is there a message Margaret has for me or question?
Okay,
Kenny.
let me give context. Let me give context to that. Let me give context to that. So on a let's see, I think it was Annie Worski stream. I sent a super chat, and then Ralph said something along the lines of Margaret said this about Kenny, in response to what he was saying to me in DMs. And so what I was saying was, I said, does Margaret have anything else to say to me? Because he brought it up on Annie Worski's stream.
He brought up that you sent a super chat.
It was I beg your pardon.
Okay, notice that there's a time difference. So between April 24th and May 2nd, I guess Ralph mentioned that Margaret had become aware of. See, this is
yeah. That's all. It wasn't me saying, "Oh, did Margaret talk about me today? Did she please?" Oh,
well, no. What happened is that Ralph spoke in parcel tongue because he's talking about snakes, and you come out of the brush to ask questions about Margaret because he mentioned your name and her name in the same context, the same soup, and you.
Wait a minute. What?
I'm saying that he mentioned your name and her name in the same paragraph, the same context, and immediately you're up in the fucking DMs asking questions.
It wasn't. But he wasn't. No. He didn't bring up my name, or Margaret's name. As a matter of fact, I just saw his opportunity to get him to respond to a question. Because Margaret was on Twitter at the time talking about someone calling her and vaguely alluding to it was me, and I want to see, and I asked him on the stream, because I thought he'd feel more obligated to answer it, and yes, he did. He did answer it then about her thinking it was her asking if it was me, it wasn't me, and that's about it.
Somebody asked, by the way, in the stream.me chat, who's harder to help, Kenny or Christian? Kenny, by far, because Chris, like when Chris gets fucked over and he's in over his head and he doesn't know what to do, Chris is willing to accept help. If he's desperate, he will take help. Kenny has admitted no fault. He is not looking for advice.
That's not true. I did say I made mistakes.
But you're not looking to correct anything. You're not looking for input on how to do things differently. You have justification and context for absolutely everything so far.
But exactly, that's how you know you're right, is if you have context.
I'm using those in sarcasm quotes. Sarcasm quote, justification, and sarcasm quote, context. I'm making fun of you by saying that. Okay. So he says in response, I don't know that she has a message besides what I read on air. At least she hasn't given me one if there is. Okay, I would like you and her both to know that I've never called her once in my life, and whoever is doing it, all the calling, it isn't me. So you're acknowledging that there are other people in her fandom doing crazy shit to her.
I was acknowledging that it could have been that guy that was
I'll be willing to show phone records to prove it. Now the GPU to her friend. I did in fact send it to him along with. Wait, so you sent her a GPU too?
No, I sent the GPU to a guy that she streamed with. Look, never mind about that nonsense.
Oh,
Let's
hold
keep moving on.
You know, every time you say that, never mind about that. It's like it piques my interest.
It's when the guy. Look, this is what happened. All right. So the guy helped Margaret build a computer.
Okay.
Right. So he basically instructed her on how to build a computer. He walked her through the process for the live stream. He did quite a bit for her, and she didn't really do. It was to the point where you're like, is she gonna say thank you to the guy or something? Like you're gonna play with it once in a while. And instead she didn't really. She didn't really do much. Say thank you. So I figured, it's a long story, but basically I had a spare 980 lying around, and I was gonna gave it to him, right? And saying thank you for helping Margaret build a PC, and that's it.
So this is another instance like with the other woman who you're the only patron of, that somebody in Margaret's circle you're a supporter of and you're sending stuff to.
I wouldn't say Margaret's circle, because the other woman, like I said,
he's in direct contact with her and is building her computer for her. He's in Margaret's circle, dude. Come on.
Yeah, I said I don't know about him, but I'm talking about the other woman. I ain't talking about him.
She was a co-host on her fucking show.
But Margaret's told her audiences to support her on Patreon.
Yeah, so that's Margaret's fucking circle. If Sargon says support this guy on Patreon, then it would be fair to say that that person is in Sargon's circle, would it not?
But I mean, it wasn't me just taking the initiative and just going out there, blindly and saying, "Oh, she must know Margaret, therefore I must support her."
Well, that's clearly what it is. If Margaret hadn't have said to do it, you wouldn't have done it.
It was recommended by her other co-host.
Okay, whatever. If that's the line of logic you want to go for,
it helped. Look, that helps me sleep at night. Thank you.
I hope so. I did in fact send it to him along with the white cow leather. What the fuck? You sent her leather? So you sent him. I didn't even read the next sentence. So not only did you send him a computer part, you sent him stuff to give to her. That's an important.
No, absolutely not. So she was building or making a costume, a cosplay costume, and I lost a bet on a live stream or something along those lines. And when I lost the bet, basically, I'm a man of my word and I keep it. And I end up, and she said she needed, and I said, well, what do you want? And she said she needed white leather, something along those lines, to help finish her costume. So I sent the white leather and the GPU both to her PO box at the same time, since them two live close to each other, blah, blah, blah. That was pretty much it. So it's a bet I lost. I'm sorry.
With her?
I guess so. I lost to a girl. All right. I don't know.
All right.
Please don't. I mean, it was bad enough I had to pay for the mess. I mean, really.
Pay for what mess?
Let's continue. I'm not going to help you beat me up. At least continue reading.
What mess? I'm just asking what the fuck you're meaning, because you just said something about a mess, and people are gonna be asking.
This is a mess. It's a total mess.
Okay, this is a mess. I thought you meant like you spilled something on her or something, and you paid to help.
No. I ain't never met Margaret in real life, and I really, really, extremely hope I never do.
Well, I had bought two 980s for my PC upgrade, but decided to go for the two 1080s instead. It's a pain trying to ship things for a refund, so I gave one to Simon, Margaret's friend, for another friend you're giving shit to for helping.
No, that's the same. That's the same one, and I forgot that we use real names and stuff in DMs.
The other was given to my cousin in exchange for the cow leather I mentioned earlier. I can prove it as well. He says, "Okay, I'll try to pass it along to her." Ralph, you fucked up. Don't do that shit. Creepy stalkers try to get messages through. Just got up, had to take a nap. I'm sorry for getting you involved in something you didn't want to get involved in. The kind of high school level drama is always more fun to watch than be. He says, yeah, it's all good. Sorry you're having this issue, but obviously I'm in a bad spot to take this one. I like you, though, and thank you all for all the support.
Oh, isn't that nice? He likes me.
Well, you were supporting him as well. You're pay piggy on quite a few farms.
That's sweet.
I have a Patreon as well, and I do live streaming. And if you help me upgrade my fucking shitty laptop, I will continue to stream at least once a week.
Lord.
It's patreon.com/man at the internet, in case you're looking for more guys to even out the gender ratio in your portfolio. Okay. Margaret, screenshot that you sent him. My mistake. It's only 3 bodies and 1 missing.
Yeah, look, man, that's God. I mean, why in the world would she link that kind of nonsense? I mean, clearly it's not true. It's garbage.
The chat wants to know where the bodies are.
Look, I gave him to Sam Hyde. I'll let him take care of those things.
Good answer. All right, Mr. Ralph, I would generally appreciate you considering. You're asking him again, considering doing a story about Margaret. Oh, so this was after that tweet came out, and you're pissed off again about doing a story about Margaret issue.
This cost me my job. Yeah.
If for no other reason than to get the truth out there, I'm not suggesting that my truth is the only one, and I'm open to the possibility that I'm truly the bad guy in this situation. If that's the conclusion you come to after the story are assembled, I'll not only give you my word, but I'll sign a contract saying I was in the wrong and nothing more than stalking creep that should be locked up before it's too late. Plus, I'll delete all my Twitter accounts and disappear and absolutely never contact Margaret or bring up this issue again. Please consider the story. This is an image of Margaret telling people I am. Are you still planning on months and months later, no response? Are you still planning on showing that stream on the kill stream? Still planning on being there? If so, he says down 100% if I'll be tonight or tomorrow. You reply,
Stop there, please.
Okay.
Everything else is classified.
No, nigga, we're going.
You going all the way? You going all the way?
Going all the way. You can't stop. You can't stop the juice.
Go all the
rate.
way.
We're
Go
going
all
through.
the way.
Okay. Well, let me know so I can plan on being there. I don't like the idea of being brought to the slaughter without even the opportunity to defend myself. If for whatever reason you decide it's not important enough, that's fine too. I'm not exactly thrilled to have to defend myself in front of 3,000 people, but I'm willing if I have to. If you take a quick look at Margaret's Twitter, you'll see that she's unusually quiet, but I have a feeling Margaret also wouldn't want this talked about in front of that size audience. Please keep me updated. I can be available. If he says, "Are you up? I have a hangout."
Which he didn't do. Jim had to call me out before he would have had me on.
Margaret McLennan, mismanaged privilege. Is this the video?
Yeah, that's the guy's video that I was talking about. That did a independent research into Margaret. Right?
Oh, this is just that genius guy, right?
Yeah, it's a genius anus guy. I know his name sounds stupid, but he has to do a pretty decent job at some stuff.
Well, I don't know why that's classified. The only reason why I can think that you get mad about that is that I know for sure that you have not only those patrons in your private Discord where you talk about her.
No, it's not my Discord. It actually belongs to another Patreon user.
But this genius anus guy, even if he's not a part of that Discord server, there are people like him, like Elbear, in this chat right now who keeps fucking spurging and calling me.
If you give him, I think if you talk to him, you'll realize he's not like that.
Well,
he's a pretty sensible.
Anybody who's still wrapped up in this shit 2 years later, like, no, I'm not giving you the benefit of the doubt. You're fucking weird.
No, listen, Josh, listen. He just now got into it. Okay. So he's not like me, and he's not like the other Patreon supporters. He heard about this case. He heard about this issue, and he's been investigating it for 2 months or so. All right. So if I was you, I would attempt to get in contact with him to some degree and talk to him about it. He's not like me, right? So if you think I've been saying crazy, he's not. So
again, Kenny.
Yes, again.
What is this, the 9th fucking show that you've done on this? Is this like the autistic fucking Groundhog Day with you?
Yeah.
How many fucking times are you gonna cry about this fucking woman
I
and
didn't
this fucking power supply?
But this wasn't about the woman. This was about the article that was written on me.
Who cares?
I care.
What the fuck is wrong? You look like a fucking wacko.
Well, I gotta do something. I gotta do something in my spare time.
A fucking 980, dude. That's like a $200 video card from fucking 6 years ago. I have a stack of them in my closet. I will literally give you one to shut the fuck up about this.
But this wasn't about the 980.
I will give you 3 to shut the fuck up about this because I have no use for them anymore.
This wasn't about the 980.
Then what is it about? Because you didn't buy her a power supply. You threw $10 into a Patreon pool for a power supply.
No, I didn't.
Told us the whole fucking story.
I bought her a power supply outright. Thank you.
No, you didn't.
told
Yes,
me
I
10
did,
bucks,
and I had the
and then
receipt
you
to
were
prove
joking.
it.
The whole fucking story that
And
you bought into
I
a
had the
pool and you
receipt.
bought her the fucking
I
house.
had the
Okay, show us
receipt.
the receipt right now.
Oh hell.
You bought it on Amazon, right?
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and I guess I have to screenshot it and then block some stuff out so you won't know my address.
We already know your address. Remember, we're a bunch of doxers.
No, you don't know my actual address. You just know my
Yes, we
parents'
do.
address.
We know the trailer park that you live at.
I don't live in a trailer park.
Yes, you do.
No,
you
I
live in a
don't.
trailer park, Kenny.
I got my lights.
Good job.
You
Hey,
can't
what's
you can't keep snakes at trailer park. It's against the rules.
How would you know that?
Because I checked in when I was little. I checked in trailer parks. I mean, I couldn't afford living in a house all my life. We
Here.
wouldn't all born rich, Ralph.
Ralph, I know you're driving right now, but
Yeah, I'm filthy rich. Yes.
I got some Jaeger.
I didn't
I'm
say
gonna
you
take a
were.
shot for you in spirit.
Yeah, I got some when I get back to the house. Ugh, I'm gonna need one. I thought I was just like I was trying to hurry up, and there were some people in front of me, and they kept the store open late, and I was like, they'll probably be done by the time I get back. And then I thought, nah, it's Kenny. They'll probably.
It's
still
just
be on.
like, how many
Yeah.
fucking times are we gonna do this show? How many fucking times, dude? How much
I'm hoping
attention
this
do
will be
you-
the last one. To be honest.
Really? Because you said that the last 4 fucking times,
Yeah,
dude.
you
I
always say
just was
that.
on a show with you 2 weeks ago with Andy Worski, and you told me yourself that you were done talking
Andy
about this and
Worski?
you'd moved on.
I've never
Yeah,
been on a show with Andy Worski.
You were crying about this on Andy Worski's show, and then you were in his
I've never
Discord.
been on a show with Andy Worski.
Yes, you have.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, you have. You
No, I
cried
haven't.
Every fucking Discord about this, like a jaded ex-girlfriend that can't fucking move.
Well, wait a
on.
minute. Well, I look, man. I've never been on. You can ask him. You can ask him. I've never been on a live stream with Andy Worski. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Dude, it's ridiculous that you're still talking about this. Nobody
It's ridiculous
fucking
that you're making up a lie.
This
I
is
mean,
some
that's garbage.
Huge fucking story that you're releasing, dude. You're not fucking Slumdog Millionaire. Nobody's gonna make a fucking movie called The Kenny Jones Story.
I
Nobody
didn't
fucking
say I
cares
was.
about a mentally retarded Alabama fisherman who fucking donated a power supply to a retard. Who cares? Nobody.
A retard who can't shit.
Yeah, I'm really sure they're gonna spend out the extra money to get somebody to wear a shit bag. Nobody gives a fuck about that. And
Well,
you're still
I mean,
fucking talking about it.
If you didn't give a kid, then why are you showing up on the stream?
Because you're just fucking annoying. Every time I turn on YouTube, it's your fucking spur out. Mom said I talk about the toilets, and Margaret said she's gonna be streaming on the Overwatch videos. She doesn't owe you shit. Nobody owes you shit.
Oh,
Nobody owes you a fucking thing. You donated that money on your own choice.
I don't
you made your
listen
own
to
fucking choice
pedophiles. I don't listen to pedophiles.
Well, you're a pedophile. So
No, you're a pedophile. You're the one that had the
Nope,
stream
you
about being
are.
a pedophile.
You are. Yeah, we talked about that too, and then you apologized to me for 2.5
I
hours.
apologize. I said I apologize if what you said was true, but I haven't seen anything that supports it.
I haven't seen anything to support that you're not a faggot. So why are you on stream with a dick in your mouth again? Yeah. Checkmate.
fun.
You're a faggot. Shut the fuck up about this.
Yeah.
I'd rather listen to Christian talk about dilating his asshole than listen to you talk about a fucking power supply again.
I'm
Hey,
not. It
don't hate
wasn't.
on my boy
I wasn't
Chris.
on here talking about power supply.
Oh, now it's a GPU. Yeah, you never
It
mentioned this
wasn't a
with
GPU.
five
I
other
told you.
GPUs done about
I told you what I was on here for, and then now you
No,
can't
the
even remember
problem
what it
is,
was.
is you have a severe manic state that you've never broken from because your mother didn't beat you enough as a child to learn how to get over something.
Actually, okay.
So
this
now
is-
you're just
let
moving
Me, let me
the
moral fag a
goalposts.
little bit. Kenny, have you considered going to a therapist?
Everybody's considered going to a therapist.
Can you do that for me? Can you go to a
Do
therapist and
what?
tell them about Margaret and say, like, look, I'm having this dispute, and everybody on the internet is they're taking her side. I feel like I'm wronged. What
Not
should I do?
everybody. Matter of fact, there was an individual that showed up in your own, that took my side. Remember?
Dude, nobody takes your side, Kenny, because they
He
listen
did.
to you
No,
talk
he
for 10
did.
minutes
Don't
and
say
they go,
an
you're a
absolute
fucking
did.
psycho.
There are
Josh
people.
didn't do it.
There are people in his circle, but it's so like the ratio
Yeah,
between
and they're
people.
fucking those too.
Yes, but when you say an absolute, like nobody's on your side or everybody's against him, like his brain fries because it's like that's not literally correct.
I'm just technically saying I'm a technical kind of guy.
His brain was fried a long time ago.
I'm just saying that's how it works. But Kenny, for real, just say.
We've already talked. I'm not instant and talking to a pedophile, man. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm not talking to a homosexual, but you're still talking.
But I mean, that's more proof about you being a pedophile than it is about me being a homosexual.
You're a fucking murderer. You murdered a bunch of women in North Carolina, and you think it's okay to bitch about a power supply? You seriously gonna moral fag here with all those?
Yeah, now you're making stuff up. I mean,
no, it's
really?
the truth. You killed all those women.
So now you're lying. I mean, how do people know what you're lying about? And
show us your basement. Or your kill room. I bet you dress up like fucking Dexter and you have saran wrap everywhere. Because it's the principle. You don't want to get any blood all over your mother's coffee.
Wait a minute. You mean the basement and like cartoon?
Yeah, you don't want to get that blood on your mother's coffee. Gotta get that saran wrap.
But I mean, you mean Dexter from the cartoon?
My mom says, well, what are you doing with all that saran wrap? I say, I'm just wrapping up the gator meat, mama.
Yeah. If all this stream is going to do is devolve into insults and stuff.
Well, at this point, Kenny, we've circled. Like I've already had this exact same conversation with you to a much smaller audience.
But I mean, I'm not. Look, I don't have an issue talking to Godspeed. All right, I really don't have an issue.
You have an issue facing the fucking truth, and the truth is, if that woman doesn't know you a goddamn thing, and you can't fucking handle it because you're so fucking autistic that you think you're entitled to something on the internet. Nobody owes you fucking anything. You could donate $10 to anybody on the internet. You could donate $10 to Josh.
I have an issue talking to an individual that just makes claims out of the blue, but has
you're a
nothing
fucking
to support
wacko,
him.
and you should do the world a favor, tie a rope around your fucking neck, and jump off your fucking trailer.
I just don't have the energy.
I disavowed the violence. So.
He's a fucking.
Well, I don't know what he said. I mute him.
He's a fucking
sport. I'm sorry. I'm calling it quits.
This dude is to the point that he's literally hired Mexicans who pretend to be detectives on Fiverr to do investigations into a woman that he donated $10 to her Patreon.
Kenny, Merry Christmas, Kenny. Get a new hobby.
Felony stalking and fucking insanity.
Right, thank you, Godspeed.
If he explained this to any kind of doctor, he would lock him.
Man.
Later. Take it easy. Okay, I'm gonna get some final thoughts in with Kenny. Thank you for coming on, Ralph.
Yeah, you too, man.
Nice talking to you, Ralph.
Well, okay, Kenny. It's me and you. Nice and quiet. There's no cyberbullying. Well, I'm technically a cyberbully. I'm nice. Okay,
yeah,
I do want to close it up because I'm now drinking and it's 2:30.
And I'm ready to go too. You want to stop me?
Oh, I want to ask you in sincerity, from the bottom of my heart,
and the bottom of your bottle,
the bottom of my bottle. Is just about to say that. Great minds think alike.
Oh Lord.
Like just get a little like it doesn't cost that much money to get into contact with a professional, and then you can tell them all the shit that you got hanging heavy on your chest. You can show them all the shit you show people, and it's.
Who are you talking about? You talking about a therapist? You said
therapist or a psychologist.
Look, man, look. I've been through the therapy thing. Like I said, I realize I'm insane.
Margaret,
but
stuff.
I quit. I mean, I quit going to therapy. Well, I guess it's been quite some time. You're right, but I know I'm insane. I mean, you have to be somewhat insane to handle venomous snakes on a daily basis. So come on.
Well, yeah, of course. The greatest, the mad geniuses. That trope exists for a reason, right? Craziest people do crazy shit that changes stuff. It's not unusual. I'm just saying that, like. Just consider it because you've been putting all this effort into shit, and maybe if you got a little bit like from not even like not help, but like just somebody to talk to that isn't me, not in front of a great audience, and like.
But you're making a profit on this. I mean, I don't see why you wouldn't.
I am. Not as great as Ralph would make. Like Ralph turned down money. Like having you on, like people love to hear you talk because it's so alien to them. And it's a
Yeah.
great show. I mean, look, it's more than 1,000 people because it's 920 on YouTube. It's 200 on Stream.me. It's over 1,000 people. And it is a great show, but it's not the kind of attention that you want because this isn't going to convert to people ragging on Margaret. It's just people who love how weird you sound. Like the shit you say and the way you say it is funny to them, and you're not going to get anywhere with that.
I'm well aware of that. Believe me, I am. But it's the only voice I have. It's the only way I know how to speak.
It's the only way you know how to speak, and maybe if you talk to somebody who knew more, they could help you.
I've already talked to people that know more, man, about that. This is the two things I like to say, and I would appreciate it if I can call it quits after that.
Sure.
I just want to be known. I came on this stream here not to talk about Margaret, but to have some of the lies or the misinformation on that article edited or changed at least a little bit. All right, that's the reason I came on here, not to talk about Margaret, but about the article. Number two is it's been a blast, and like I told you before, and I'll even throw out a thank you to Ralph for showing up. I didn't think he would, but he did. So I say thank you to Ralph and stuff, and Godspeed or whoever for showing up and give me the time to talk to me. So thank you, audience, and have a nice.
I just want to close before you leave. I just want to say, if you ever find yourself in a position where you're very frustrated, very sad over this, like, don't go to streams. Like, just open up a directory and find a doctor. Talk to
I'm
them.
not sad and depressed.
I'm just saying, if you ever find yourself in a position where you are, like, that's the route to take. Because you
I
might find.
I come to you. How about that? I come to you and say,
don't come to me.
I
I'm
got
not
things
a
to-
doctor.
Yeah,
I am a carny with a whip making a circus. Don't come to me. I'm a cyber bully. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it, Kenny. That's all I gotta say. I'm just saying. I'm throwing the idea out there. Okay.
Okay. All right. Are we done now?
We're done. Thank you, Kenny.
Okay. It's just been a pleasure. See you later, man.
Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah.
Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Get yourself some shekels.
Thank you. Okay. Back to the quiet. It is just you. All right. Kenny is already seeking a therapist. He really doesn't. Yeah. Kenny is head thought auditor. Get him out of here. Merry Xmas. Josh is a sweetie. Good guy, Josh. Oh. Life advice from Josh. That'll turn out well. Josh moral fags his way to dependence once again. It's Erver Josh. Drink up, Josh. Say Erver. I wonder what BS Kenny is going to be in next week. Getting kinky, Josh. Josh was a serial killer. He'd be Hannibal Lecter. He's all polite about it. Josh, how drunk are you? I'm not drunk. I had a couple sips. No stills, real world shekels win. Josh is a pretty cool job. Prevents autistic suicide. If you're doing ASMR, I'm going to report this stream. I need something crinkly for that. Do I have anything crinkly? Oh, look. Sensual candy wrapper. Perfect. What else? Drink? No. Don't gotta tell me. Sounding a bit tipsy, go away. I need some growing up to do. Are we seeing the creation of a new Shadow Light Strangler? Maybe. Josh, start your own BetterHelp for Spurgs. Orgasmic. Reported. Oh, jeez. Stop that faggot shit. All right. That's enough. I love my chats. I love all my chats equally. But we gotta call it quits. This is a song. Here's a song. I gotta get another copyright strike, so I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. Fucking disappear. Take it easy, guys.
Watching me. fine.